Hola, chicos and chicas. I'm sorry, that was so cringe. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Listen to you guys. Welcome. We are back with some more. You'll never guess what we're gonna be doing today. You'll never, ever, in a million years, ever guess what we're gonna be doing today. We're playing Kaizo Ironmon. We're doing FIRERED. I missed it. It's been a while. I did my heart goals to silver, hardcore Nuzlocke, and I lost that. So now I'm gonna continue doing some more Kaizo. So I see Baker Gamer doing some Emerald Kaizo. By the way, go sub if you haven't. And he has a Kingdra that made it all the way to the 8th gym, and it inspired me to want to continue playing Kaizo Ironmon. So let's go ahead and get started. Yo, what's going on, Chesh B? Just made it just in time for the Icy Baker Gamer shout out because he inspired me to want to do some more FIRERED, because Pokemon Emerald Kaizo Ironmon is the only Kaizo Ironmon I've ever beaten. I still haven't beaten FIRERED, and I've still never beaten Platinum, so I'm gonna go back on the grind to continue playing them. Hopefully we can get a runner today. I'm gonna be watching YouTube in the background / having it in the top left corner or whatever. Yeah. But welcome in Chesh B, welcome in Bit Nugget. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Let's go ahead and get started with this game. Or with Kaizo, obviously. That's what we're playing today.
Horror games are often lauded as the most immersive, most terrifying medium for an audience to experience the genre.
You know, I don't think the video's too loud. We should be fine.
No longer relegated to an outside observer, we are placed
been a long time
in the hair-raising scenarios and given
yeah, I guess so.
Control.
We want battle scene off. No, I'm not gonna turn battle scene off until we actually get past the rival. Just to save time in between attempts. First attempt, we got a Lady Buzz, our starter. Yay!
The player is still protected by another barrier.
I mean, boo.
Those piercing red eyes don't really see you. They see.
Well, there goes our first attempt.
Nothing can fall
just like that.
Into the real world. The reality is, as long as we've been playing, we've always been safe. But what happens when the game really does?
How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Just started college back up again.
But the game itself is your antagonist. Not
I messed with the intent counter by accident. Yeah, started up college again. Cause fall semester started, so you know.
Itself to terrorize you. When it lifts the
to do left. All right, I'll take your word for it. And it is a Igglybuff. But hey, one time I got an Igglybuff past the Salamence. I don't know how I did that, but I did that, and it was amazing. No idea how I did that. And it looks like that's not gonna happen here, though. Unfortunately. Wait. Was it? Yeah, it was on. Yeah, 277. Right. Been working out, looking a bit strong. Really?
One of my favorite horror games.
No, I have been working out. Yeah. Bravo. All right. I've been losing some weight. I'm like around 200 pounds right now, which I was like 230 about like 7 months ago. But now that winter's coming back around, I'm gonna start gaining weight again. Hopefully in muscle anyway.
Terrorizing the player both within and outside.
By the end of August.
To be clear, what I mean distinction is the
we were so close to getting out of the lab. That's brutal. So close.
Monsters or story moments are things that exist within the world of the game, and is where most horror games employ their scares. Things in
speaking of getting stronger, I did. It's been a really long time since I like have seen how many push-ups I could do in a row. I got a new record of 35 push-ups in a row. I've never been able to do more than 29 push-ups in a row. And last week I discovered that I am able to do at least one pull-up. So that's pretty awesome too. Making a lot of progress. Ooh, Willard could be good. I don't know. It's not horrible, I guess, but it's not.
And I think it occupies a
great
position as both a meta horror gem and a fully cohesive traditional survival horror.
That was kind of brutal.
I last discussed this game in a terrible video half a decade ago, which I just could not let be my final word on this project. So today, I'd like to take a much more in-depth
Come on, let's get out of the lab for my boys.
and examine how
let's get out of the lab. Larger could be good.
Meta elements and
Super slow.
gameplay
Ooh.
and narrative to immersively and comprehensively explore its
I'm trying to me. Yeah, my
mental illness and overcoming adversity. So,
my special defense was abysmal.
let's get lost. So, how are you feeling? Do you feel these sessions are still helping? You could try something a little more direct. We could start.
Come on, let's get out the lab. Come on, man. Get me out the lab, man.
And the game begins.
Anorith, alright.
We're walking our dog down a neighborhood street at
I mean, it's not the
dusk.
worst.
Return in more detail to the seeming
On.
therapy session that preludes the gameplay, specifically the term in vivo exposure therapy. But for now,
Yo, we're gonna get the lab?
really note that this character seems to be dealing with some
Nice, guys. We made it out the lab.
specified
Love to see it.
mental health issues.
Zap cannon, interesting. Get rid of Giga Drain, it's illegal.
As we walk, it begins to rain.
Dude, our
Gently as
Our
the
attack is
winds of
crazy,
rain
bro.
are torrential as we continue on.
I'm not gonna run it,
Along the way,
but you know,
there's little
whatever.
bits of world building that don't paint a
Gulpin.
particularly pretty
Oh, now that I'm at the lab, let me
picture.
turn
On this citizens poster for Jane
off battle
and
scene.
Last seen February 14th, 2007. And a tabloidy newspaper with the headline Secret Government Tests.
Start playing Genshin Impact. Pay for your wallet. Oh man, I usually typically avoid games like that, like gotcha games, or is that what they're called? I don't remember. That's a wild level 8 Gulpin. I could run, it's probably slow. What are those stats, dude? The stats are crazy, but hey, got us out of the lab. I ain't complaining. It got us out of the lab. Ooh, max elixir, nice. Dratini?
I have to find her.
You're 6 minutes behind. Oh my gosh.
Under the maze-like network of tunnels in
Go,
search of
Ben.
our lost pup,
It's all good, no problem.
and listening for the direction of her distant barks.
Doesn't seem like there's anything. Did I get that? Hold on, did I get that item? Okay. I'm not. Ooh, mill tank. Yes, we take those. I actually got all the way to Agatha with a mill tank in Kaizo Ironmon. That's actually my PB. I got my FIRERED KAIZO IRONMON PB is with a mill tank, and I got all the way to I got all the way to Agatha. We got one more shot.
Some horrid puke
Ah!
coming by to watch, so I would just pretend to be asleep till it passed.
That sucks.
It knows I'm awake. I think it's watching me, not the show.
Mill tank's annoying to catch, dude.
My eyes are useless. All they do
I should have just ran, but like,
can't be real. That rancid thing.
whatever. If I could run from it with how low my speed was, would it have been really worth it?
Not to run into this putrid
Onyx.
thing that takes eyeballs, so let's find this dog as fast as possible.
Wow, this thing's stat spread's better than normal Onyx anyway.
Fuck, man. I've played this game before. I knew it was coming, and it
Everyone does
still
that.
scared the shit out of me. The man in the hoodie is missing his eyes, seemingly the author of the notes.
All right, come on, get us out the lab with like a monster. Give us a beast here.
All I can think about now is
Give us a beast.
whatever it is that
Okay, we got a glass cannon Persian here.
comes to an end in this hallway where we find our dog.
No,
Happy
wanna
and
run?
healthy. I guess that's the end. Oh shit. I guess it couldn't be that.
Putting the glass in glass cannon, I guess.
Dragged by some invisible force into a hole too small for us to follow, we are once again separated, wandering deeper into this subterranean labyrinth. The music at this
Besto Cherry. Left gang is. Ooh, Electro's not bad.
really heart-pumping.
Ooh, Compound Eye is also not bad.
Visual evidence that I'm being chased. The music
Mm.
makes me feel like there's something
Not very good
wrong
attack,
with
though.
my heels, driving me forward without a moment's rest. The way it fades in and out in volume gives the feeling that something is approaching fast, getting right behind you, then lagging back, only to creep up again.
We were so close.
Incredible.
If he just missed there, we would have won, I think.
We find ourselves at an unknown.
Gotta lurk for a bit and lock up the warehouse, no problem. Oh,
barely wide enough to crawl through.
that weird glitch is where it gave me a Pokemon I already have used before.
You enter here. Of
I don't know why it
course,
does that.
reference to the message written above the gates
But
of
it
hell
does.
in Dante's Inferno. Also nearby, we find an ore with the name Charon engraved into the wood. This in reference to
All right,
the
left gang or not left gang, right gang.
of Greek myth.
Red steel's illegal. I guess we're going with Greydilly.
They're, in
Wow, this thing sucks.
dusty pit
Oh my
filled
gosh.
with candles, giving the
The
impression of
that's the worst looking Greydilly I've ever seen in my life.
Dropping inside, we
On the
find
world, man.
ourselves in yet another series of tunnels caked with rust. Throughout, there are cages situated on either side, some empty, and
Left
some
gang.
not.
Blaziken's a favorite though, isn't it?
Masses of limbs and
I got
flesh.
Kingdra.
These the
Yeah, Blaziken's a favorite.
about in the tabloid. It's near here
Mm.
we find a damage.
Serene Gray stab karate chop. Not bad, not bad.
Jam at times, but something's better than nothing. Turning a corner, a shape.
We'll name it Deep because it's holding a deep sea scale.
Dog. But as we approach,
You know, who knows? Maybe it'll get somewhere. We got Sing. So, lower accurate.
suddenly, we're in a
Okay, so our attack is slightly higher, but I still think Crab Hammer will do more. Wow, let's try Swift. Okay.
Stay in a safe place like this.
I know we have to go for Swift because it went for light screen.
Leaving the comfort of the save room, the brick drain tunnels lead us
Okay,
out
we got out the lab with the Blaziken.
underground subway station, and it's here we reach the
Clamp. What do you guys think? Do we run it? We got Serene Grace. That's pretty awesome.
But most
It's not very often you get to run a Serene Grace mon. I think we run it for the lulz.
feels almost dystopian. When we arrive at one of the platforms, the train
It's also Gardevoir. That's kind of tempting.
and from inside, our dog barks, accompanied by a robed figure with glowing
I kind of want to run it.
eyes. With the doors firmly shut,
We're a physical attacker.
no other option but to watch as our dog slips through our fingers yet again. Thieving pet napper.
Bit of a mix attacker, but more on the physical side though. Crabhammer is nice coverage,
I'm sure that's no
at least for early game, I guess.
Finding a room where we can access the metro's
Well, very
control
nice.
system, we open it for the next train.
I mean, at least we're not slow. That's a really good sign. I'm just worried we're a little too weak, but
Inside the compartment.
Steelix is kind of tempting. It's got a great typing.
February 14th, 2007. I don't want to go. I just want to stay on this train. I want to stay in the dark.
But I really don't want to have to deal with
14th, 2007. Isn't that the last
like catching pivoting.
Spirit's missing poster?
Like usually if I just get a decent starter, I'll go for it.
There's a scream, a crash, and a
I have to put it to sleep.
bones cracking from underneath the train.
Of course you woke up. Don't hit me again, thank you. Okay, we got a chance, we got a chance.
The car slow, then come to a stop.
Sandshrew,
Looks like
Crab
we can
Hammer.
continue on foot from here.
Substitute's fine.
This train going again. Luckily, we find
I shouldn't have done that, by the way. Karate Chop is our best move.
So here we find
Or it's our strongest move anyway.
which we
It's 75 power.
something we already have in our inventory. Lost tape 1.
I mean, maybe, I guess it might be tied with Crab Hammer, but it's, Crab Hammer's less accurate, so.
Throughout the game in various places. On the tape, we find ourselves in a rusted metal room filled with dogs and cages and kennels. The sounds of howling.
Remember the good old days when you got a friendship mon run for 10 minutes only to get wrecked immediately? Yeah.
In one of these cages, using bolt cutters to break her out.
Wow, that did not do that
running to the
much.
door before the-
Crab Hammer did a little bit better, I guess.
According to the wiki,
I
this
missed.
is the only tape in the game which is fully canon to the mainline story of the game, though their source for this is no longer available. Exactly what this tape represents isn't entirely clear to me at the moment. Is it
Explosion?
a
I am good. I'll
Is this
pass.
a warning or nightmare as to where she's headed if we don't rescue her in time? For now,
I will pass. Okay, so looking at this thing's stats now that we've leveled up a little bit, I'm definitely thinking we're gonna need to get Swords Dance in order for this thing to run.
we find notes left by whoever
Maybe Tail Glow?
at the station. Apparently, the place is underfunded, falling apart, and the best thing you can do is send any incoming
Right,
trains
let's go
right
for
along to the
Sing
next
here. I don't want
We do
to
get a small bit of advice.
lose my
See what
PowerPoints.
left for their successor in this position.
Togepi, Crud Chop.
Tracks, you have to reboot the whole system. In order to do that, go to each section and turn off the breaker boxes.
Nice. Okay, we're best first aid trainers. That's a good sign.
I've barely been able to keep the power on, so that's about all the advice besides quitting I can give. So there's our goal. We have to make our way to each
Let me
of the
heal.
breakers around the station.
Let me turn off
Finally reset the
battle
master
scene.
switch back here. Can't be that hard, right? As we make our way forward, we continue to find pages left by Jane Experivit. February 14th, 2007. I want to make a decision.
We got 69 HP. That's pretty wild, isn't it?
I want to matter. Everybody just makes choices for me. Maybe I'll find some place where I can be.
Die him on top.
Someplace
Mega Horn? That's actually not bad. That's not bad. I think we're gonna get Sing. It's too risky.
ran away and passed through here. As a brief side note, I want to point out a subtle
I'll
but really
swipe.
effective piece of game design.
Of course you have Zap Cannon.
Doors to the various other
Sableye, we pretty much have to go for Mega Horn
and
here.
it's easy to get turned around. The platform near the office with the master switch is sort of
Dude!
the main home base you'll be returning to throughout
What in the world is that?
as this is where our save room is.
How many times am I gonna get paralyzed? What the frick? Did you guys see that? I got paralyzed like 8 out of 10 times. That was whack, bro. That was actually whack. What in the world?
Diegetic marker to keep you oriented. The game does a good job generally of keeping you oriented in relation to your closest save room, but I think this is one of the more interesting ways it does this. Anyway, Now, this section isn't explicitly linear, so we'll just follow how my playthrough went, which, like, yeah, it's my video. For breaker 1 of 3, after finding a lock-picking set, we have to push through this turnstile, effectively blocking us from turning back. The only way back now is through. There's two.
I don't know why my game's running so laggy. Maybe it's because I'm a YouTube playing. I don't really know, but it doesn't really matter that much. It's not affecting me barely.
Hate that. Let's try the other one. So we picked a lock, and hey, there's the breaker. That was easy.
Syringe Grease is a great ability, but it's useless unless they have a move that can be used with it. So I'm hoping I get like
that part of the station in the dark.
A flinch move. Like Hyperfang would be nice, I guess. What moves could I get that would be good with Syringe Grease?
Instead, we are forced to go through the scary door and
I don't know.
Through these dark concrete halls.
It just doubles my chance of secondary effects, right?
A strange mangled
yeah, doubles chance. So Zap Cannon, for example, would always paralyze, which is kind of cool.
We can briefly slow
or no, Zap Cannon already almost paralyzed. So seeing it accuracy, never mind. But yeah, what moves could we get that would be good with Syringe Grease? I don't really know.
We run into a series of locked doors, which we have to
we go for Mudshot.
Painstakingly slow pace. Finally making it out the other side, we escape. For now.
Oh my God.
I do not like Sidewave. Sidewave sucks. Alright, well, we made it past Arrival. We are going to Brock. Let's go.
Like shaking in my seat.
Love to see it.
Oh my God.
Usually, sometimes it takes forever to get to Brock, so I'm glad we were able to do it fairly quickly.
The lock-picking set at first seems like a strange choice of item. Mechanically, wouldn't a key work just the same for the door here? But its use is completely transformed once we get into the chase itself, ratcheting up the tension as we are forced to stop dead in our tracks and wait to undo the lock as a monster is breathing down our neck. Then add the fact that it has
Alright, I don't think I have any items to give you. No, I do have a Lumberry.
Perfect additional stressor.
Alright, gym time, let's go.
Just run down the hallway. Anyway,
You need a queen. We go Crab Hammer. We missed, of course we do.
Simple. Hit the
that time though.
And run back. Not much else to it. But we can find some relevant information along the way. Another note from Jane in the bathroom reading.
Oh, okay, we're gonna lose here.
2006, 5 months before she went missing. I don't know what.
Why did Revenge do so much damage, by the way? I didn't even hit him.
So pretty and perfect, and they all have friends.
I don't know.
I'm just here.
Well, we made it to Brock at least.
Covered in blood. What happened here? Additionally, there's another.
I probably should have just gone for Crab Hammer to guarantee it hit or KO'd, but it could have missed. So who knows? Swampert. Yeah, of course we get Feebass. Yeah, I'm just not even gonna attempt that. I'll pass.
She must have regretted it at the last moment because I heard her scream. I can't stop her.
Alright, right gang. Torchic. Great. Ugh, Typhlosion.
I don't think it's a stretch to
One, I always have to pick the Pokemon that's gonna be enemy for Typhlosion. I believe that's actually. I actually have to pick Pichu, I believe. Because since Typhlosion's my enemy Pokemon or whatever, I think I always have to pick the one that's against him or whatever. So.
Tracks of another platform passing through the cabin of another stopped train. It's here that we can pick up a shotgun. Finally, some real firepower. A Riot Police issue shotgun. It only fires rock salt rounds, so I don't think it'll do much damage. Well, damn. That being said.
All right, right gang. Torkoal's not awful.
Passing through the train, we enter into.
Okay, we might be able to kill. We'll see.
The door to the breaker is locked, but we can gear up on more ammo, snag another lost tape from here, and another.
All right, well, beat rival, nice.
This whole area is a little confusing.
This Torkoal's not awful, honestly.
So I make sure to memorize an escape route before.
Not awful. Then again, also Torkoal. Our only good moves are Volt Seed and Volt Tackle and Bounce, I guess, for Shed, but that's pretty much it. Rock Blast really sucks. I'll only run it if we can't find anything good in the. By good, I mean great. Really. In the wild.
We find ourselves in what looks like a decaying, rusted hospital. Red auras emanate from some of the beds with various distorted, confused, even pleading messages. I am not sick.
Farfetch.
something's wrong with them. We come upon more rusty cages.
Arcanine could be good, but it's very low odds of it being good.
From here, we enter a large pipe in the wall
Piglet.
and fall into a massive open room with giant, twisted
Persian,
fluid
ew.
cages everywhere. The tape distorts, then ends. Now again, seemingly after the first tape,
Dang, it's
the
like
rest
only
are
person here? What in the world?
particularly important to the main story of the game, but they are absolutely worth playing, and they add a lot to the.
Why am I only encountering Persian? What in the world?
Anyway, let's get
Bone
that
is
started
ugh.
and out of here.
Delcatty's ugh.
Flipping the master switch, everything seems.
Sure, it's 380 BSD, so it might be a good with pure power, but it's a stony though, so it's gonna get like no moves.
Jesus, I guess I should have guessed.
Give me something here. Come on, stop saying the same 2.1 over and over again.
Sound effect here. At this point, you're
Alright, if they're gonna keep doing that, then I might as well go ahead and get the other
sound
items.
effects from the previous chase sequence.
Oh no, it's Delcatty. We saw Delcatty. I'll go see what the other encounter was in this area, and if it's not anything, then yeah, okay. There's a couple more Pokemon there, but I'm not going through all that trouble just to find a Pokemon that might be okay.
Shoes that weren't there before, with a yellow ribbon.
Oh, since this is gonna be a fun battle.
Ribbon like this can represent, among other things,
Dig? Oh, okay, we lose. Wait, I got bounce.
Left by Jane from the December before she disappeared. He makes me feel so much better sometimes, but I worry that I'm not good enough. He wants me to lose weight, and I'm really trying, but it's so difficult. I look in the mirror, and nothing's changed. Jesus. It's on this train ride.
Can't believe bounce actually came in really clutch there. That's crazy.
How it plans to fuck with us from here on out. Hello?
Spoiler alert, I wasn't planning on switching out anyway, so whatever. Get out of here, Andum. Alright, that fight went a lot better than I thought it would, to be honest.
And so we arrive at our next stop, Grand Bulim Avenue. Very subtle.
Bros, there you go. Marshtomp we should destroy with Bolt Seed. Yeah, easy.
Is blocked by some kind of
Tang, we have to go Volt Tackle. It's really our only good move here.
Another is covered in some kind of thick slime.
Superpower?
Conveniently placed jug of acid just beside it. Let's just haul this.
There's very few scenarios where Arc Blast is gonna be good. And at least with superpower, it's 100% accurate and really strong.
Well, there's our first game over. Restarting in the
Okay, that's fine actually.
Let's take another look at this.
I should not have gone for that.
Oh, the room has now.
Ow! That hurt.
Which ambush us.
Hey Ron. Hey Bill. Oh boy.
Quite a lot of bullets before they go down. And over by the slime door.
Wow, that did nothing.
Our own body dissolved into a pile of flesh. But it seems
Solar Beam should be fine. Yeah, I was about to say. Fine.
Enough to melt the slime on the door.
Kadabra. Bolt Seed, see how much it does.
Is the first instance of Lost in Vivo really showing its hand.
Let's go Volt Tackle here. Yeah, okay. We're good. New move here. Leech Life's illegal. And even if I could learn, I wouldn't. My tech's awful.
Inevitable and actually necessary for you to progress.
And Leech Life isn't even a good move, even if my attack was good.
Onwards, you have no idea what to expect.
So whatever.
Point, this next section.
Shell gone. Let's go Bounce, I guess.
Series of notes which give us the hints.
Got it paralyzed. That's pretty cool. Go Bolt Seed then, I guess.
Poems describing different people.
Superpower.
Ends by their own hand. To get to that.
Bolt Tackle.
We must once again now.
I think it's just a butt to kill.
Dark train tunnels.
Menetric, Bolt Seed, I guess. See how much it does. It's okay. It does alright damage, I guess.
Trains until.
Oh, Recover's gonna make this.
The way that thing
I didn't realize that it outsped me. I'm an idiot.
sped up is crazy.
Okay, this isn't looking great for us.
Right at the end.
Use my
My heart going.
potion here, probably. Ah, but I didn't need to. Let's go.
Trust the inanimate objects anymore. Also,
Oh, I could have had a Gengar. Oh, it would have had Samstring. Never mind.
used as a faster melee alternative
Don't care about
to
that.
Sledgehammer, with the caveat that it has a lower damage and lower.
We always love Gengar because Jeremiah got us past Emerald Kaizo.
Another note from
But-
Jane. I don't know what to write. I'm not sure if it's good or bad. I don't know if it makes me happy or sad. I think we're going to have a child. Making our way back to the headroom and unlocking the door with the hints we were given, we make our way to what is probably the most iconic puzzle of the entire game.
We go for
and
Morning Sun. Okay.
culmination to this entire section of the game. But first, we reach.
Okay, we got the
another
para.
with a note outside.
All I really needed to get there.
About is how ugly I've become, how ugly I'm going to be.
Dear Lord!
I feel so
Seriously?
he hates me now, and I have all this responsibility.
I'm literally gonna lose because he just got a million crap, man. And he's got infinite heal pretty much. Got 6 milk drinks left. Alright, let's just go for a bunch of bullet seeds, I guess. I don't really know what to do here, man.
Save erased.
I think I just lose.
Wait, save erased? What the hell? And I can't even get back
But we'll
into the
see.
save room to reset it. I guess I better hope I can make it to the next
He's
one.
going for minimize. I can't do anything to this guy. I got 4 milk drinks. I'm just gonna reset here. I'm not gonna go through all that just to lose. Wasting my time.
Shit.
And Torkoal wasn't even that good, really. Moveset was mid at best, and his stat spread was even more mid at best.
And now we're back at the very beginning. The therapist.
Typhlosion, Magmar, and Bagon. Okay, so we always have to pick the Pokemon that's against Typhlosion, so that would be Bagon.
Like everyone hates me.
We got Stab Outrage. I mean, who knows? This might go. No way. For try to get one of the statuses. We got Paralysis.
But you're unable to see it. Your vision of yourself is distorted. Then how should I fix it? If I can't fix my body, then
I cannot believe we actually got that close to winning that. Wow.
we're working together to fix it. But I will also write you a refill of your fluoxetine.
Huh. So the game is fucking with us once again. This appears to be Jane's conversation with
Ooh, PeepoMax, nice.
even the very same
Ivysaur.
therapist our character sees. Additionally, relevant but not surprising.
We got Ice Beam and Water Pulse. Interesting.
Times as treatment
Well, for Ice Beam, obviously. And of course you have Stab, super effective air cutter. Why would you not have that?
We're safe and sound right where we left off. This is definitely one of the game's most effective tricks, and I especially love how long it lets you sit in that dread of thinking your progress is gone.
catJAM is mid at best.
Might be trying to pull a fast one on you.
We got Sonic Boom. I'll be able to get us out of here.
Game comes up, there really is that panic,
Nope.
like, oh shit, is it really gonna make me start all the way over? There's also a bit of thematic relevance here, I think, as we kind of shift perspectives from our character to Jane through this save erase. Now, don't get me wrong, we are definitely
Wobbuffet,
still the
ugh.
same player character from
Even
before.
worse than
We haven't
MetaCham.
changed literally, but through this next puzzle,
We got Dynamic Punch, though. That's kind of cool.
almost acts as a surrogate for a part of Jane's story for a brief period. You'll see. Let's just move forward. Through the next door, instead of a giant unkillable
Oh,
monster,
if he hit himself, we would have
a
won.
room with 2 exits. To one side, there's a photo of an eerie, distorted face, and the other, a more cartoonish, quote-unquote, pretty woman's face. Whenever we pick a door, we go through a hallway that loops us all the way back around to the same room.
Brock
And if you make
sucks.
the wrong choice of door, you're attacked by worms as you walk through. As
I
you
feel
walk
like I've had this
forward,
exact same save file before. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. I just do.
Each time we choose this distorted face, it unwinds, becomes more clear until it's Jane, as she really was. In some way, we are working through the very mental struggles Jane experienced.
flamethrower, that's kinda cool.
Comparing herself to an unreal expectation or image and viewing herself in a distorted, just as unreal way.
Not gonna lie, kinda wanna run this thing.
Puzzle, we begin to shift that view into one that more closely matches reality. Something
We have
which,
Swords Dance and no
albeit
physical
in a
moves.
way, seems to be attempting to parallel the therapeutic exercises one might actually go through for a distorted body.
We're really fast though.
All I
We'll
should
be able to
preface here,
run
I'm
away
not
from
an
pivots
expert in
easily,
any
which
of
is
this
nice.
stuff, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. In any case,
For
we're
the most
not out
part.
of the woods yet. Down this next hallway, we hit yet another dilemma. A room containing an apple, toilet,
No, believe it or not, game, I don't want an Azurill.
through the door,
Zoomeril, I mean.
looping us back and again throwing enemies at us. But when we eat the apple on the pedestal, the gate blocks our way out. The only way to retract the bars is by vomiting the apple into the toilet, but
Ooh, Blastoise could be good.
too.
Not mind me of Blastoise.
Try as we might, there seems to be no way out. Like there's no escape without.
There's no easy way
burning
out.
our food. The solution to this puzzle
There's no
requires us to
shortcut
figure out what
home.
Jane has been playing by this
There's no
episode.
easy way
Instead,
out.
breaking them. After we
Oh, giving it can't be wrong.
as if they were never there.
Doo-doo-doo.
This is my favorite puzzle in the game. For one, it allows the player to toy with the bounds of the game the same way the game has been toying with the player this whole time, especially since we arrived at Grand Bullim Avenue. But also because it is so perfectly relevant to the story
gotta
at
run.
hand. A
Ooh,
counselor
it's fast.
struggles with her eating disorder. Now, I'm not
Okay, we gotta try to catch here now.
the therapeutic therapeutic techniques.
Let's go.
But with this puzzle, I can't help but feel reminded of
Please be good. 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 Please.
For instance, OCD.
It's not awful. It's not awful.
Eating disorders.
It's not awful.
Expose yourself to things that might
I don't know.
And help train yourself to sit with those feelings without engaging in the behavior. Now, not to get too personal, but I've gone through therapy like this in the past, and what some people may not realize
it's not the worst Pokemon I've ever seen.
That what they're experiencing is one of these unhealthy responses. Every part of their brain and body is telling them that this is completely real and urgent, that you literally have to engage in the response or something terrible will happen. And that's why it can be so difficult, but also why this puzzle represents it so well. To the player, there seems literally no other possible option to continue without abstaining from eating or purging the food. What exposure response prevention can feel like is pushing yourself past an impossible obstacle. And it's something
okay, I guess we're running Afros.
Overcome once. You have to do it over and over again to build that muscle which allows you to continue overcoming it, which is again paralleled in the puzzle. Going through the hallway, even after discovering the path forward, it still loops you back over and over before it lets you finally move on. And I should disclaim again, obviously this is not a universal experience and I'm not a therapist, but I think this puzzle was able to portray this specific experience incredibly well, allowing the gameplay.
I don't know. I think with Calm Mind, I think this thing could be good.
Of the narrative.
That's a bit of a stretch.
We enter a room with a bloody baby changing station.
Why does everything in this file have color change? What in the world? Like literally everything.
Or destroy it with one of our weapons. I ended up picking it up, but as far as I can tell, there is no real effect to this choice. Again, I think there's an element here of just trying to place the player in Jane's shoes. In the puzzles leading up to this room, we are given choices, the wrong answers for which will lead us to pain and danger, and often, the right choice is not intuitive. The effect of this leads us to this point thinking, okay, what should I do? Is there a right choice? Things could go bad no matter what I choose. Caught between three difficult choices with no guarantees.
Dude, literally everything has color change. What in the world is going on? Why does everything have color change?
Play into the narrative itself. Forging ahead, we are once again walking along the subway tracks. Suddenly, a train barrels toward us head on when it's stopped by a ghostly figure. It's Jane. She saved us. Not too far ahead, we can find a final note left from Jane, signed to our exact date on our computer.
I waited in the dark for so long. I lashed out against anyone who got
It's all great.
But someone kept pushing me into the light. It hurt me for a while. It doesn't hurt anymore.
This seems to tie together all of the previous puzzles that were mirroring Jane's struggles. With our encouragement and help, Jane's spirit was
Soda pop? Alright, cool.
that she was holding on to from life. Just ahead on the
Holding on to life.
Leading further underground.
Alright, hopefully we should be able to get to level 18 after the rival, but I don't know. But hopefully, because we get to move and hopefully it's good. I'm hoping for like, I don't know, ideally Thunderbolt or Calm Mind. Ideally Thunderbolt, actually. Yeah, Thunderbolt, I guess. Flamethrower also would be good. Or even just Ice Beam would be nice, because it's a straight up upgrade from Aurora Beam.
Exclusive videos, early access, behind the scenes, music, it's all for the low price of $2. And if you
Go for Stone Sport. Oh, please don't hit that. You suck.
And on my commentary tracks.
Oh my gosh, why do you have Psychic and why did it do so much damage?
Yeah, there's dozens and dozens of videos.
One shot. Dang it. Get one shot, we would have won. What just happened?
I think the creature is here. I have to get out of here.
No Amphy run. Kind of sad. Why? Why is this the second time this stream that I've gotten a Feebas as my starter? Why?
Coming out the other end of these rocky tunnels, we find ourselves in the dark passageways.
And why does everything have color change? What is going on? Literally everything has color change.
Get out of here. To unlock it, we have to find its 3 missing emblems scattered around the mine. Along the way, we'll also find notes from some previous explorer who came across this place before us, like this one.
This place should be empty, but the lights are on and I hear something crawling around. Why keep the power on? Why? I can't fathom what this place even is. I've tried to map it out.
Wow, your moveset's garbage.
Maybe
At least
this
it
place
seems
isn't
like it
as
is.
abandoned as I'd hoped. Oh, look, I can see the light of day on the other end of this caved-in tunnel. There's something a little weird about this. It feels like when you go to see a movie in the middle of an afternoon and come out and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot it was daytime. Our first path to finding an emblem leads us straight down a ladder, deeper underground. I do not like how it's
EP Max is always nice.
But then we hear
Solrock, I'd rather die.
our dog. Hey, it's good to see you.
What did I say?
Feeling okay?
Ow. Ow.
Luckily,
And you
the
suck.
changeling can't follow us up the ladder.
How did I run away the first attempt
Descending
on the first Solrock?
we are able to
But I couldn't run away 3 times in a row on the second Solrock, despite them both being the same level. Tell me how that makes sense. It doesn't make any sense. What in the world? Okay, Charmander's literally the only option, and it's super slow, so I'm just not even gonna bother.
The second room has us descend even deeper, and along with the emblem, we find another note.
I told everyone, but no one listens to me. I can't trust anyone. They're all just serving the monsters. No one is different. It's just
Super slow
why wouldn't they listen?
On our way back, though,
is.
the game throws us another curve.
Ouch.
Dodging past the creature again, we make it to the safe.
Of course you have eruption.
And
Great.
climb. I guess this thing does know how to climb, and it is good at it, closing the distance very fast, just up until we make it to the top.
Okay, what in the world?
This is one of my favorite moments in the game. One of the best subversions of the rules.
Got Dragon Rage and Tail Glow. That's kind of sick.
Pretty explicitly. The thing can.
Yeah, we run it.
And now it does. Man, what a great.
We run this thing. It's got Tail Glow and
No joke, that moment right there scared me so fucking badly when we're playing.
I don't know. I mean, it's got Tail Glow. That's awesome.
Share of my entire playthrough, and it was completely silent. The question.
That on its own makes it
who
tempting.
was that strange
Use.
figure? We'll find out.
One time I had a really good Magneton with Levitate,
It goes off pretty
and I
quickly.
freaking died to Brock, I think.
Come across
For like
a
this dude just
bunch
using. I was
of
super mad. I made a short about it. I just don't remember
So far away from those monsters above, but even down
much
here,
else exactly.
I'm not alone.
We unlock the door and find ourselves in scenery that is entirely
Greenery in the scenery.
fluorescently lit lab. Nozumi testing. So, I guess
I'm not even gonna check the pivots. I'm just gonna go straight for the
Right,
trainers.
There's some fucked shit going on down here. The first hint we get as to the experiments that were being performed.
When you got freaking Dragon Rage, like why would I not?
First note from Dr. Brundle.
What kind of a name is Dr.
It cheats illegal.
Feeling good about today. Progress continues almost at an alarm.
One berry's good.
Given how theoretical this all should be. Today we had one of the smaller rodents continue to move for almost 2 hours after all of its blood had been drained and replaced with mix PA22.12.5V.
The door to Dr. Brundle's personal office, however, is currently locked, but we can enter a Dr. P's office. Inside, we find refrigerators filled with the bodies of rats and notes that paint an even more eccentric personality.
Shrieks and squeals are all I hear. My dreams are
Yellow.
with these rats. If only they knew we are going to make them into something beautiful. If they knew that and had the capacity to, they would respect me. But no, it's nothing but screams and wailing. I can't sleep, I can hardly think.
Well, that
Even when I'm further
Alex had
away
really
from
low
the
HP.
sounds of
Must have been really good.
I can still hear them.
Who gave this man a degree? Throughout the lab, more of these notes from Dr. Brundle and begin to tell the story of his seeming descent into madness and the growing rift between the two doctors. Dr. P writes,
My dreams have found their savior. A dark creature swabbed in dirty robes now lives within them. They eat the rats and silence the screaming. Soon I will begin my work, not this filthy government's rat work, but my true work. I will give birth to my
Ooh, eruption. Yes, please, and thank you.
and Dr. Brundle's concern grows.
I'm beginning to question my fellow scientists' ethics, if we can truly call any of this science anymore. I fear we're all stumbling into something dark, and with each breakthrough, my fear grows.
I should have healed.
I don't know how they'll react when we inevitably hit a dead end with these experiments. Today I questioned the higher staff just on how far they think we can take these experiments. Dr. P took hold of me and brought me into one of the off-limits rooms and showed me something I don't fully understand. Maybe he was playing an elaborate and inappropriate prank. He told me it was his other pet project and assured me that the work we're doing is of great importance.
And the picture Dr. paints of this pet project is not a pretty one.
I showed Sotiris to Dr. Brundle today. He didn't know what to think. He just stared at it. Maybe he was scared. Sotiris is moving now, but only barely. For some reason, I can't get him to function while the camera is on or while
This thing would have been good if its attack and special defense were swapped. Or, well, I mean, it's still alright, I guess, but it would have been way better.
We've done it. I have to get out of here as soon as I can. These are creations that should not exist. I don't know if we screwed something up along the way, or if this was the only possible outcome.
Ow.
Make our way through
I think my defense is good.
these notes, the halls become filled with its leftover experiments.
Wow, I can't believe that didn't watch it, to be honest.
Caged rats into.
And yet I can.
Agonized
Same time.
creatures who
Weird.
don't hesitate to overwhelm and attack us. Our only way out is locked behind a retinal scan, meaning one way or another, we're gonna.
Alright, it is
presumably from
gym time.
Dr. Brundle's office. We find our way into Dr. Brundle's office by collecting a lock-picking set and picking the lock. Inside, we find the body of who we might first assume is Dr. Brundle, this being his office after all, but is in fact Dr. P. He's been eaten away by rats and his eyes are missing. Well, shit. Huh? Unity engine debug log, invalid class. Oh no, did I break the game? Hopefully that isn't anything important. On the desk, we
I'm sure
find
it's not.
another note from Dr. Brundle.
I can't get out of here. The halls are full of them.
Alright.
They're worshipping messed up pet. They swarm around just like the rats.
Alright, well, what now? Oh, it looks like I can pick up something from
Alright, cool. Alright, Brock time. Put down the game here. Play it safe. Starting off with nose pass, okay.
Looks like we're getting a bunch of error messages.
Go for tail glow.
My inventory though. Lucky for us, I must have done
Heat
something
wave.
right because
Ow!
we're locked behind
And of course you have speed boost, so watch him outspeed here.
Alright, then I'll take it. Inside we find
Wow, that's I didn't even do half? Dude, this game sucks, man.
Now we just have to get out of here. Oh, there's
Whose idea was it to play Kaizo today?
He attacked me in my office screaming.
The same exact scenario I had with the other Magneton that was really good. Freaking died of Brock for the stupidest reason.
I'm going to try to get out of here using
No game, believe it or not, I don't want to use a hoot, but
flood tunnel.
whatever, sure, why not?
I'm sure that's not important. Come on, girl. Let's get out of here.
We don't want to fit a freezed.
Fuck. At least we still have you, Doctor. Deeper we go. It's here that we enter.
Alright,
the
making
final
Ampharos. He's not a favorite, so I can't pick it.
When we try to grab another lock-picking set,
I got stab stomped though. What?
proceeding, we're told our inventory is full, and
Oh
Dr.
wow, okay.
to make room, causing another cascade of error messages. Later, loser. Oh, it looks like we can't actually get through this way. Let's go back.
Game could be good.
Oh,
This one is not
see ya.
awful.
Yes, from the very start, all those Unity errors were actually part of the whole setup for this scare. This one is.
Oh wow, of course you have stab shadow
Despite
ball.
having probably caught
course you do.
on to the game's tricks at this point, it doesn't make that final turn around the corner any less heart-stopping. I even double-checked that the body was still there at one point because I figured it would pull something like this.
Bigging
And still, it
Fortress
scared the
can be
hell
good,
out
I
of me.
guess, if I flash fire,
I think
which we
more
do
than
not.
just trying to pull the wool over the player's eyes, this whole bit with Nee's body is meant to keep the player on their toes. It's hard to predict what could possibly happen.
Wow, I was
next
asleep
with
4
the
turns in a
game
row.
so
That's
ready
great.
to mess with you in
Great
this,
game.
and it's unclear
Great game.
where the whole body in inventory concept is going from the start. It also does a good job of making you question yourself a bit, even for just a second. Like, am I so convinced that the game is always trying to mess with me that I'm just ignoring an actual game-breaking bug? Just more of what this game does best, making you question your own reality and sanity. Following Dr.
I meant to go for transform, but it
we
didn't
find
matter.
a final note from Dr. Brundle.
I'm almost out of here, but Pet is in the warehouse by the emergency exit. It won't move while I'm staring at it, but when I try to look away, it seems to reappear somewhere within a closer
Slugma.
radius. If
I don't
someone
bother running
follows
mons with less than 8
careful,
speed.
The creature may still be around.
And from here, we finally come face to face with Sotiris, a familiar ghastly figure, the very same thing that appeared
Got a
in the
Jeremiah,
earlier.
but I
Essentially,
can't
Sotiris works a bit like a Stone Angel or Slender Man or SCP-173. You get it. If you're looking at it, it can't move. If you're not, it can. It does have some extra quirks, like being able to suddenly appear in front of you while you're running, meaning you've got to have some quick reaction time to avoid barreling straight into it.
Left gang.
The goal here is to once again find an eyeball.
Direct's illegal, so we're gonna go with full beat.
A massive cold
With color change, everything in these files have color change for some reason.
Turning the whole place into a
I was hoping I could just get the fusion, but
killed by Sotiris, our
fine.
regular death screen is now replaced with an empty eye socket. Because, yeah, Sotiris' whole thing is stealing eyeballs, basically. He's almost certainly the same guy that took the hoodie guy's eyes, too. Locating the missing eye in a pile of meat, we rush through the door and find our way to a rusted elevator.
Mid gang.
Ooh, let's go.
Got a rare candy. Do it for the goals.
What about our dog? I guess we got the bad ending or something?
Oh, if we could fuse and he hit himself, we might have won. Oh, man.
Oh, fuck. As the game yet again pulls a fast one on us, we descend back into the ground, deeper now.
Mid gang. Bell tag TAG. Muse illegal, so we're gonna go with Lombre. Yes. Oh, we got Dragon Rage.
What new horrors await us in the penultimate
Nice, we're at the lab.
of our journey?
A lot of Dragon Rage mons, and I can tell you this, I'm definitely not complaining.
Before in this labyrinth of rusty.
You know, this thing's moveset's actually not awful.
The next room we stumble upon is.
I might try to find a water stone, see if we can get this thing evolved.
Feels calm.
I'm hoping it evolved into a water type and not a grass type, because we got water Hydro Pump. Having stab Hydro Pump would be really nice, but we'll see, I guess. I mean, shoot, I might not even get a water stone. It's a big stretch, but you never know. You never know. There's only one way to find out.
Up to this point,
Thunderbolt.
following in the footsteps of its survival horror predecessors, has largely been
Cloister?
paralleling a kind of
Cloister
inner journey.
can be
Now,
good,
We're more explicit than ever.
but
Who
it's
knows
not
how much
common.
if any, has been real. A note nailed to the door that
What troubles fillet?
seems familiar.
If the power goes out on the track,
Okay.
reboot the whole
Well,
system.
our odds aren't looking great.
That, go to each section and turn off the breaker boxes. Then come back here and restart.
Odds
the
are
system.
like
I've
not
barely
great at
turned
all.
the power on. So that's about all the advice besides quitting I can give.
So we are left with a similar task. Activate
Okay, we only got 2 more items,
switches on
so
the map, then come back here to progress.
We'll
In
see.
this case, though, the switches are a little different. Entering the first.
Well, all right,
three
last
chambers,
chance in order
we
to get
cross
a
a
water
stagnant
stone.
bridge over a conveniently broken electric switch and pool of water.
All right, looks like we're gonna be pivoting, guys.
Just past here, we are introduced to our first switch.
What are you hoping to accomplish?
Torpedo.
Without me, you're just
Dark is just really not that good of a defensive type. It's got a bunch of resistances, sure, but it's also got a bunch of weaknesses. So,
Very.
nothing good in the forest, like at all.
Enough of your snarky
We do have an S ball though. That'll be helpful for catching. SunKERN and we go on the same route. Wow,
figure that took our dog
that's
off.
really sad.
Unleash something.
Minun ew
This is the
and Bulbasaur ew.
main antagonist.
Honestly, our best odds are looking like it's gonna be Cloister.
Just in time
And that's really sad.
to injure it for long enough to escape, but it's still crawling around down here. In the next chamber, we find the mean talking piece of brain fairly quickly.
Ooh, stab Icy Wind. That's awesome.
this even have a purpose?
Along with a blocked door and a page. Scary stories.
Yeah, we're probably gonna die before we're able to find
There's actually a page of these stories in
what
each one of the chambers.
we want. But you know what? It's a
Supposed to defeat
bisque.
this
We're gonna
item in each one,
it.
But the rest I think are obvious enough without
I don't
needing a hint that I don't need to go over the others.
Once there lived a man with his nice old
Either
dog,
I die before I
one
catch this
night,
Cloister, or I
as was his nightly
don't.
habit. But then the
I
dog
don't know.
got out of his leash to quickly chase after a rabbit. The night sky was dark, just barely lit.
I don't really care though. I'm not expecting Cloister to be good.
Then the old dog yelped and ran inside as if it was in a hurry.
Caught it,
The
though.
nice man went inside and locked up. His worries
All right,
were
Cloister
out
is.
of
Oh my
bed.
gosh,
Out
it's
of the window, he saw
its moveset sucks, but it's
skin.
got a great stat spread.
There, brother. Once we destroy the brain, we're taken to.
I mean, yeah, we'll run it. Sure, why not?
And things control a little bit.
At least Icy Wind stab. I mean,
We've taken the POV of our dog, replicating the sections of the game where we've whistled before, now the other way around. barking to follow the whistled response.
Of course you have Spore.
Finally, we find ourselves
And Need
at the
Alarm.
other end of that blocked door when something that looks like a hand comes into view, and we're taking
I don't know why I
the
did that.
character's POV. And now something, presumably our
Oh well.
dog, is banging on
I swear it was a really good move.
given one
And
choice.
Sludge, I guess, because it could have poison.
Or not. Now the obvious
But yeah, no, that I don't think there's a way in a million years that thing would have been able to win. So I'm not devastated or anything.
But there is a little bit more of
But
a
yeah.
mind game going on, I think, because the game has
Freshwater. Oh, we do have stab bubble beams. That's something, I guess.
I'm unsure if we should actually listen to the obvious answer. Is it trying to trick us into drowning our dog? But this time, that
Okay.
actually is the right way to go about it, because the siren will bust
Oh,
down.
made it out of the
if
lab.
we don't flood the room in time.
Log. Sure. Honestly, for a mudkip, it's not slow at all. So
The final
yeah.
chamber works pretty
oh,
much
I'm trying to
exactly
pivot,
the
or we could just try to.
same.
We could try to.
I'm your identity.
Although risky, we could try to run this thing, try to get it evolved, but it's very low odds that
Better than anyone.
we'd be able to do that.
I know you're weak. You'll come right back.
And then give the
Plus, its
siren
other
a
moves aren't good
go.
enough for me to.
This time though, it takes more
Try.
than one go. We have to
Probably
put
should
the
try to cut
siren under a
that
large
Mightyena, but
hydraulic door, trap
I
it
didn't, so.
underneath, and
Hyper's
take
good, though.
shots at it until it's able to break out, and then lead it around again. It's definitely
Arbos is
fast,
good.
in part thanks to the
Growlithe,
sound
I don't think we have a
massive size
Firestone.
of the siren trailing
Do
behind
not.
you, but
So
fairly
I'm just
stable
gonna run.
nonetheless. Once we've dealt enough
Heal
damage,
powder, good.
the siren is crushed under the weight of the door,
Silk,
and
Silken, Cascoon.
something bursts
I
out of
get,
its head.
going with Drought. You know what? Yeah. I'll try.
And we've done it, making our way back. The therapist's office has been replaced.
I
with
should have
a
healed.
hallway that
My
leads
instincts told me to heal. I didn't listen to my instincts. I paid the price.
Let's dive deeper, one final time. In this final section of the game, we navigate.
Negros
through
is
the
illegal,
thoroughly
so we're going to
unexplored
Torpedo.
tunnels yet. Through
Stab
yet
water
another
spout, that's kinda
final
cool.
section, we are ambushed by giant roaches until we come out the other end and are given our final save room. Let's go. Forging through these.
Oh, we actually won. Okay, cool.
We are faced with an entirely new enemy type.
Last burn, forget Sidewave. Sidewave sucks.
Absolutely horrific.
All right, do we run this, Sharpedo?
Concrete to
Ooh, my load it.
earth. In one
Ooh,
room,
that's a
there are
no.
writhing vines of
Right?
meat, and in another, a series of open graves. There's a note here, and when you try to read it, it tells us that the text is illegible, but that's not actually true. If we crouch down to get a look at it, we can read the text straight from the
I mean,
object
yeah, but it's
itself.
fine.
It lay upon my branches, dangling there as a sick reminder of what I rejected. The smug, dead face stares at me, almost.
I know for a fact I'm gonna pivot,
like I'm
because
happy to be without
I
my
would rather take my chances with level 6 Milotic
One final room,
than
I
this.
find a
Ooh.
tree with an outstretched branch. It
Than this
wants
Sharpedo,
something,
personally.
but I don't think I have it. So we move ahead until we round the corner to a hall with a shining light at the end, and
Wow, it's really round. We got Hustle. That's kind of cool, I guess. Do we try to run the
we're back in
Jolteon?
the storm.
I don't know. It's kind of mid.
The outside bounces off the stone
Defense is
wall,
pretty good, though.
and the
Mixed
last
attacker, more on the physical side.
with our dog reunited in safety. We have
Flipper,
finally reached the
Hustle.
actual end.
I don't know. I'm afraid this Jolteon's too mid. I actually might
You escape from the
rather
confines
try to
of
go for the
sewer
Milotic
and
still.
reunite with your dog. You feel as though your
The toughie.
experience has changed who you are, and that the barriers that once restricted and
Yeah. I'm just afraid it's too mid.
confronted your fears and gotten stronger.
So let's just try to go for this Milotic. Level 6 Milotic. Ooh, cross chop's good. Can we get? Ooh, we found a level 8. That's really lucky. Okay, I mean, oh my gosh. Yeah, this thing's not horrible.
And in a broad sense, the general narrative is fairly easy to follow. After our
Not bad at
dog
all.
went down a storm drain, we traversed the labyrinthine
More of a
network
physical
of
attacker.
streets deeper and deeper, from
I don't know.
subway stations to
We'll see,
abandoned
we'll see.
mines to secret laboratories in search
Not
of
awful.
our lost pup. Throughout our voyage, we run into the remnants of the tragedies and traumas which took place around us, and in the end, must overcome
Well,
our
okay.
own internal struggles
We tried.
to get out the other side.
Want to
and reunite.
attempt 2112. One's pretty cool, I
Aside
guess.
from just the literal events of the story, though, there are a lot of recurring themes which we see over
Guitar. Ugh.
claustrophobia, overcoming mental health struggles, and a distorted sense of reality and the self. With this distorted reality angle reinforced by the constant fake-outs, tricks, and meta moments. But we'll get back to that. Clearly, there's a lot to discuss in this game, and there's a lot I didn't even show you. Firstly, there's a sort of character model gallery you can access in a way I don't want to spoil, but it does give some...
We got pretty close. If I just didn't get all the worst Confucian luck in the entire universe, I actually would have won.
...are in fact the same character, Virgil. Given the previous references to Dante's Inferno, it seems safe to assume this character is a reference
Well, that
to
can be
Dante's
good.
guide through hell in that story, which I think
This one, however, is not.
It's not necessarily a malevolent force kidnapping our dog, it's just giving us the extra push we need to go deeper, to confront and ultimately overcome the struggles which await us at the end, while also helping us rest and recover when we need to. I also
La
briefly
Praz.
a couple of the lost tapes, but
Truant Eater, you know, not great, but we could get a Moonstone at the end of the world. Except it totally is because we just got one shot.
Themselves. But since they're not canon to the main story of the game, I didn't want to go over them all. Then there's the secret modes like Midnight Mode, which is an arcadey dark fantasy speedrunning game. Then there's Dark Mode,
Exire.
which is basically a 20-minute horror music video
That's results,
visualizer
interesting.
driving sim. And then there's the alternate endings, New Game Plus, and scares in moments that I intentionally left out of my overview here. Some of the reasons I've left this stuff out is
The best bet here is just to try to go for the one shot with superpower.
because I think this is a game that's really worth
And
your
it
time
didn't-
playing, even after
Didn't
having watched
come to
it.
fruition.
And I want there to be stuff.
The Diglett was too thick or we were too weak. We were too weak, by the way, is the answer. We had 9 attack.
There's a ton of cool extra stuff to discover. There's also
Ranking. Shift tree is mid at best. And this one is, yeah, just pure awful. This is disgusting. I hate looking at this. Please die.
That said, I do still have quite a bit to talk about in relation to the story, themes, and more meta elements. Now,
We got pretty close, honestly. If it did more damage with Sludge, we would have won. Which is kind of ironic, right?
Self-explanatory.
But, I mean, I guess that's how...
Scientific
That's just how,
experiments gone awry, tormented spirits, monsters in the mines. But in a thematic sense, taking the literal events of
Sorry,
the
I
story
got distracted.
as entirely real,
I guess it's just how,
overarching narrative, an internal journey through mental turmoil and
forgot what I was talking about.
This becomes most obvious at the end, where we're confronted with our
Why
own
is it every time I get a Fortress,
thoughts and must
it feels like it has only normal and fighting type moves, like every time?
And this is
I know that's not the case, but it's just what it feels like.
Vivo, and that term I mentioned before.
Right, Left King.
Exposure therapy. Now,
Oh,
I
Quagsire again?
exposure therapy earlier
Okay.
in the video, but there are a few different kinds. The exposure can be anything from simulating a situation one might struggle with to even just imagining one.
Oh, I tried.
In vivo,
I got really
exposure
impeccable
means you
flinch like I would have won.
physically confront it in real life. If you're afraid of heights, you go somewhere high. If you're scared of spiders, you get into a room with a spider. So the title Lost in Vivo actually makes the narrative pretty
Rocket
clear.
actually makes a lot of sense for a Rhyhorn, that's funny.
Therapy session, which plainly states our next step is in vivo exposure therapy. We are taken on a journey.
Oh no, I
to confront
lost.
our fears directly. We're literally
We're about to be on
lost
attempt 2121. It's gonna be crazy.
in a sort of parabolic way, and after facing our fears head on, we come out
Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Ooh, for alligator begin. Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on.
Have now fallen away.
The supernatural and impossible events we experience are a part of this larger symbolic narrative.
Here we outspeed now, that's good to
That's
know.
not to say that there's nothing to be found within the literal events and lore of the game. There clearly is. But I think this internal story...
I mean, it'd be nice if you missed, but...
And overcoming mental struggles is what the game on the whole is about. And this idea of confronting your issues in order to progress is built right into the
Okay, I thought Rock Tomb could hit in the air. I just couldn't remember.
which for the most part forces the player to enter into claustrophobic or knowingly dangerous environments to progress, to the explicit
Alright,
parallel
nice.
to therapeutic techniques like the apple puzzle.
Barrage? I guess I have to learn over recover because it's illegal.
Intersection of the game's use of story,
It's probably just really slow.
to tackle the same concept or motif.
Don't get me wrong, I really want to run it, but combination with it being slow and the most mid moveset I've ever had in my entire life, it's just it's not gonna run the distance. I don't think I'd have to get like great move after great move in order for this thing to run. I need Dragon Dance, maybe. I don't even then. I don't know. It's just I don't think it's gonna run. We're gonna die to they're called Destiny Bond. I can just see it happening. I died to Destiny Bond SSN and it was brutal. Your potion's good. This has got good defenses. Ooh, and lemonade, nice. Good defenses. Explode's a thing, Pokemon to consider, I guess. Although I ran away from it and it was a little ace, so that's a little concerning. Oh great, we're poisoned. I make it back without dying. I probably could have if I.
The game's visuals tell this story too. Lost in Vivo's
yeah, I would have. I would have made it back in time if I did the grass thing, but I don't really care that much.
With visual symbolism and storytelling, following greatly in the footsteps of games like Silent Hill. One of my favorites is the mirror enemy designs. They're so jarring at first because
Typhlosion? I had to pick Skarmory then. Wow, Skarmory with Voltazorb is kind of crazy.
And it mirrors, pun intended.
Oh wow, yeah, let's just buff his water spout while we're at it. Really?
Reinforces the themes of unhealthy or unreal views of reality. There's also the obvious stuff, like the map at the end being an x-ray of a skull and Jane's ghost having a smaller set of arms coming out of the stomach. But through all of its designs,
wow, you have no speed. Or special defense even, really.
The contorted quadrupedal humanoid figures of the Ratmen, or the
Ratmen crit. I don't think you can actually crit in the lab.
A side note, the Ratmen are actually a direct reference to this painting.
Yo, what's going on, Alexei? That you were too tired to stream? I was too tired to stream Paper Mario. Kaizo's kind of a bit more chillax. I don't really have to like.
Misshapen into an uncanny reflection.
I don't know what the word is.
Most directly with Jane's photo puzzle. But even through all the visuals and storytelling, to me the most interesting and direct.
I was so surprised you even got that far.
Is through its use of meta and game-breaking moments. I introduced the game at the start of this video as one which pulls at the player directly.
Honestly, for him, hand is actually really good.
And is the thing that makes Lost in Vivo so engaging. So let me point out one more time. My opinion is that the core underlying theme of Lost in Vivo is.
I guess we're just gonna only have normal fighting type moves. Great. We got shield dust though. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I'll try to run it. I don't.
Irrational.
It's probably not gonna win, but.
Are mentally imposed. To our
I don't know. I just like running fast, high-tech mons personally.
Animal or incoming tornado or a monster in the hall. The game explores these issues via our experience of them as a kind of distorted reality. Jane's vision of herself, our character's feelings of worthlessness or reliance on our depression and anxieties. These distortions for the characters within the game can take the form of monsters and physical obstructions.
Intimidate Pelipper, that's the one to beat.
Distort reality for the characters within.
I'm just kidding. That's awful.
The game subjects us, the player, to the very same distortions, the very same seeming impossibilities which we are nevertheless forced to confront.
I'll come back for the Porian maybe. I don't know.
These unreal moments come
Let me just see what the items are
or breaking the
before I make any rash decisions.
Coming out of the fiction of the characters' worlds, the game world, and into ours, where we are in real life.
Arcanine.
It happens in more subtle.
You know what? YOLO.
The rules and then subverting them, like the train monsters. Preying on our previous experience of the trains in the tunnels as
okay, you know what? It's actually not awful. It's actually not awful. Master Ball.
Incapable of climbing ladders,
this thing is, this special defense is awful though. We do have cosmic power. It's just kind of cool, I guess. But man, that special defense is just brutal, man. No, we're not running this thing. I'm probably gonna go for the Porygon.
In order to progress, only to be met with your own dissolved corpse, falsely ending the game, credits and all, only to wrench us all the way back down into the bowels of the maze, adding error messages and strange pickups so that we question the very integrity of our game's files, only to reveal that it's been a setup the whole time. And of course, the iconic puzzle we keep coming
oh, it's so slow. But dang, that attack though. What does Kenai do again? Actually can't be lowered. That's pretty nice. We got Fake Out and Body Slam though. That's pretty awesome. And yes, we can't hit Sableye, but you know, it's a risk I'm taking to will. So it would have been great if I had a speed boost.
In a horror sense, this geniusly creates a dynamic where the player isn't just
and of course you have Silver
but what possible consequences could lie for the player in real life. When can you trust if something is a real glitch or not? Will your progress all be erased? What is the game even capable of doing? How far out is it willing to stretch to reach you? But perhaps more
alright, mid-game.
By distorting the actual reality of the player themselves, it
I
creates
hate Ladybug.
immersion to the experience.
One of my least favorite Pokemon. Ladybug and Ladian are in my top 10 least favorite Pokemon list from a couple years ago. So they just suck. They're boring and they suck. Like that's like the worst combo ever. At least some boring Pokemon are good, and at least some sucky Pokemon are interesting, you know. It unfortunately has neither. Of course you have static. Of course you do. And you got the Omni Boost. Wow, I 1.5% should have won that, but of course I get first turn static, and he gets the Omni Boost. Like that was like lottery type luck right there. That was like Powerball to the a millionth type luck. Wait, we have a PP Max on Grimer. Oh, never mind, I got an S-Ball. I'm an idiot. Flame Wheel? I don't think Flame Wheel can,
with no clear delineation between what is real and symbolic,
I don't think Flame Wheel can burn. I could be wrong. Maybe I am. Probably.
Reality for the player with just as much carefree abandon. So, in short, I think Lost in Vivo utilizes these meta tricks and fourth wall moments to more thoroughly
Tauros? I mean, okay, sure.
core themes.
Okay.
By leading the player to perform or experience the seemingly impossible in order to progress, it can mirror how the characters within the story of the game conquer their own hardships to create a completely immersive experience.
Wrecking Zubat. Wow, all these mounts suck.
Lost in Vivo reaches out of the game in order to pull us further in. Thank you all for watching. Sorry for the wait on this one. I was in the middle of moving. That's also why it's kind of a plain background this time. Haven't been able to unpack everything yet. Hopefully the next one won't be...
I 1.5% should have won that, and I didn't, because of course not.
If you'd like to take a look at what I have to offer over on the...
Wrecking U2 is illegal. Guess we go for eruption. Wow, I cannot believe that one shot. What in the world? Why is this gulp in a glass cannon though? Like what in the world? Glass cannon gulpin for the win? Alakazam. Alakazam. I like Alakazam. Betcha, alright. I'm 1,000,000% pivoting, so be good. Good potion, nice. Well, I am good. I think I'm good, especially if it has drought. Even more, I'm good. Dragonair's a Evomon, and it takes forever, so it's
Talking about spooky fictional games, Petscop,
kind of Shogun, but not to the same extent.
Great projects, but inevitably there's a level of
To kind of the same extent, actually, because
you can't actually play
its stats are worse than Dragonair.
and scares are all viewed through the lens of someone else.
Kingsgon? Yeah, I go for Kingsgon.
Experiencing these mysteries inside of one of these games. Well, that's exactly the case with these two games I'll be talking about today, Basilisk. There's a little bit of
Okay. Well, that just happened.
Alright, so the Basilisk games are a set of two experimental horror projects created by Akuma Kira, a developer you may be familiar with.
Ooh, wow, what a great mon.
Probably be Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. They're also the developer behind Lost in Vivo, one of my favorite indie horror games that I actually made a really bad video about in 2019.
Ouch.
Recently, I stumbled upon a project from them I hadn't heard of, the Basilisk NES ROM and the game Basilisk 2000. Now, these projects work a bit like Unfiction, in that everything about them, from their download pages to the content of the games themselves, are trying to get you to buy into the larger story.
Toe hurts.
In reality, they're projects created by Akuma Kira in the past 5 years, but in the fiction
Follow me.
worlds, they're
Where's you have
released
stab Thunderbolt?
in the SNES era and the 2000s,
Right.
respectively. Unfinished,
Follow me.
complete recoveries of games
Then you'll see. Although the fact that one-shot means its special attack was probably bad, because my special defense was only 8. So I feel like that should have one-shot. But I mean, I don't know, I could be wrong. Like, to be fair, I did resist it, but like, still. Bro, came up, focus. What do
It
you want?
also means we'll need to draw information from outside just the playable portions of the games. We'll need to search through the game's files, the documentation left by the people porting the games, and at times even decompile assets from the game to get a better understanding. I should also mention
The lab, yeah.
horror
Because,
projects,
expect clamp.
Alright, so we should probably start at the beginning.
Bucks.
With the first game, Basilisk for the SNES.
Because puts us to sleep, right? Confused. Oh, that's not as good as I thought it was. I always get Sweet Kiss and Lovely Kiss confused. Because they both end in Kiss, and they're both 75% accurate, and they're both normal type moves, so I never remember which is which.
Dark woods, gloomy hallways, and cloaked figures. It appears to be a sort of pseudo 3D dark fantasy first-person dungeon crawler. The description on the page gives us a brief bit of context on the nature of the game. Basilisk is an unfinished RPG for the Super Nintendo, now mostly stable and playable through the very old SNES-Y Plus emulator, or SNESy. You play as a noble knight from the old kingdom.
No, game, believe it or not, I don't want to run Tangela. I think I'll pass,
3D model
personally.
of the original SNES cartridge.
I think I'm good.
We're starting to see what makes this game unique, and after downloading
Hero.
it becomes even more clear
Yikes.
just how
Ball toy.
unconventional this
Even
process
more
is.
yikes.
Instead of booting you right into the game, you have to navigate through this Super Nintendo emulator interface. For those
Got a
who don't
Safari
know,
Ball, so.
emulators are pieces of software
Nice.
which
Ooh, for
allow
alligator,
you
yes,
to
please.
systems by emulating those systems. Individual games are loaded into this software through ROM files. The technicalities aren't important. Emulators are used very commonly.
Oh my gosh,
for
seriously?
retro games, and many emulators
Please,
also
for alligator,
have
be a common encounter.
features like
Okay,
save
good.
states, which allow you to save and load an exact state of the game at any time. For clarity, SNESy isn't a functional emulator. You can't boot any other ROMs with it. It's designed
Oh, that's
specifically
kinda
to load the
disappointing.
ROM file for Basilisk, but it does a good job of appearing like a legitimate Super Nintendo emulator. Loading our Basilisk,
Take forever.
we're greeted with an ominous title screen. The blood-red skeleton of a beast
you
surrounded
go.
in darkness. Hitting start, a scroll slowly unfurls before.
Oh my gosh. Another really slow for alligator, but that stat spread though.
Time of famine, the king struggles to provide for his people.
Dragon
and
Dance
allocate food to the
makes this
peasants.
thing would make this thing
A
OP.
sinful knight are dispatched to hear out the people, but it may be.
Yeah, I'm gonna run it.
When you arrive
Kill
in
'em.
town, it is not what you expected. The town is
It's really good.
buildings
If I can
around
get
it,
Dragon Dance,
shrill
it's
howls
impeccable.
in the air.
From here, we're loaded directly into the game. A low-res 3D world. A
Oh, now you're
dark
just
forest,
taunting me.
howling wind. The only thing to do is forge our way through the darkness. One little quirk about this game, and it may really be the only thing I don't particularly like about it, is that actually finding things in each of its levels is very tedious. You're surrounded by dense fog or darkness, so you can only see a short ways in front of you.
I did not mean to do that.
Each level's environment
Didn't matter,
are
but
incredibly easy to get lost or turned around in, and there is no direction. This
Could've.
tedium, I think, is a deliberate
I really know.
choice. This game is about discovery, finding pieces of this unfinished project, but it can be a little frustrating, and not in a particularly challenging way. It's more of a time sink than it is a puzzle to
Thank
be
you for not
solved.
poisoning me. I appreciate it.
Still, I do think this is intentional. It wants you to commit to uncovering what lies in each environment, so commit we shall.
Protect.
Wandering for a while within these dark woods, you'll come across a cloaked figure.
Sure.
He introduces himself
I mean, it might be
as
helpful.
Scratch. He's a wanderer of sorts, and gives us a piece of advice, though we don't have all the context for its usefulness to us yet.
On your way to the ruin, you should be on the lookout. Crossing that space won't get you anywhere. The vein that connects the two worlds.
Cryptic. There are a couple other things we can find here, like this bizarre monolith.
The obelisk hums and emits warm sensation to the touch.
After exploring these woods for a while, you may begin to either run out of things to find or simply get bored with looking at the same trees. This is where those save states I was talking about come in handy. The SNESy interface shows 7 possible save states we can load, and in the README for the game, someone named Kyle Tubman explains that each save state is taken from developer notes, selected for us to load into to see the more completed sections of the game, or at least points of interest that the developers were working on.
I'm afraid this thing's so slow that even Dragon Dance couldn't save it, unfortunately.
1. Great, more dark woods. We can find something unique here, though. Some kind of sigil is drawn on the ground, and when we inspect it,
It was here 100 years ago that the beast was slain.
a beast, huh? I'd guess that skeleton on the title screen is probably related. State 2 takes us somewhere different, finally. The inside of some nondescript, dimly lit building. Scratch is there waiting for us. He tells us this is all that's left of the old kingdom. He also, oddly, mentions a woman he used to know, and says that he was sweet on her once. Is this guy like a 50s mobster? But she betrayed him, and is gone like everyone else. Okay, dude, trauma dumping? State 3 takes us back into some woods, but thankfully these look very different. It's light out, but a heavy fog envelops us, limiting our vision as much as the darkness. Through the fog as we roam these woods, the ghostly apparitions of a woman appear, calling out with chilling words.
So hoping to get to level 8 before the rival, but level 18 before the rival, but it's fine.
You were meant for greatness. How could you?
It's odd. Is this spirit talking about us? What did we do? Are we responsible for her death? Or maybe she's calling out to someone else? After all, Scratch's words are the only reference to a woman, someone who is now gone. Can Scratch be trusted? Continuing through the fog,
I don't know.
we find a blood-red sword, which we're able to collect and can conveniently follow us through the save states from here on. State 4.
Alright, 19 for the gym. I'll take it.
Darker,
That's like
denser,
average.
drearier sounding forest than before. Through the thicket, a strange creature emerges, resembling a massive octopus. Although your initial
The only thing I'm kind of worried about here is
instead
um,
leaves us with yet more ominous messages.
He can kill everything.
running out of PowerPoint. So I'm really scared of bulky Pokemon because I don't really have any moves to set up.
Sinister motive.
So status and bulky Pokemon are my biggest weakness right now.
Food for thought, but we haven't even run into any enemies yet. And either way, our job here is to help save the kingdom from famine. What is motivating?
I have an X special thus.
messages?
Not
State
useful at
5
all.
is inaccessible, so we move right on to State 6, which begins to shed a bit more light on the suggested darker undertones of our simple night. It's a demo.
Please
the
stop,
type of thing
thank
that
you.
Plays when you leave some games alone for too long, playing through pre-recorded portions of the game. Here, the demo shows the player wandering through the woods, and whenever they come across a townsperson, brutally
Is there a
kill them
potion
with
here?
one strike. A scream and they're gone. Is this supposed to
Good,
be
I'm glad I got one shot.
Is this the point of view of another entity? Perhaps this beast, the basilisk, returned from the dead? Is this why the kingdom was empty? All its inhabitants were
I'm gonna slow down the game here.
None of these options paint a particularly pretty picture, but if this really is the perspective of the knight slaughtering innocent townsfolk,
Go for
it
protect.
would explain why we've been hearing so many messages that seem to imply a darker side to our character. What's particularly interesting and maybe
So that's a little. Oh,
is
my
the idea that
special
the
defense
knight
is
we
really
play
good.
as is the one responsible for the villagers' deaths, is that we actually see Scratch in this demo, but instead of killing him, we pass right by him. The only one who's spared is the shady figure who's helped this knight along so far. State 7 is our final accessible level. We're in a dark corridor, blocked by
Oh
flaming
man,
rubble on
that's
one
annoying.
side and Scratch on the other, light shining behind him. Seeing as the other way is blocked, we approach.
Thunder Punch is not useless.
Nowhere is safe, not even a castle. To think that the basilisk made it all the way here.
So, at whatever point in the story this
Forget
is, it seems
protect.
this basilisk has returned 100 years after it was slain. Leaving Scratch behind, we travel into the light. which
Marple, we
leads
go
us
drill
back
peck
into the
here.
woods. And here is where we receive one of two different endings. If we never picked up the sword, after walking through the forest for a moment, a massive eye appears from the darkness. We only get a split second
Okay, well.
before we're taken to a game over screen. Presumably, that was the basilisk, and without a weapon to defend ourselves, we perished. So, let's come back more prepared.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna win anyway. I think we were too slow.
The darkness, ready to face the massive monster again. But this time, no monster appears. Instead, a knight emerges
Wow,
from
bait.
the
Oh, why don't I have Ice Punch? So not impossible. Wow. Okay. Cool. I didn't think that would one shot, but
Finn.
all right.
The end. Our sword cast aside in the grass, night turned to day. Sure, that seems to be a little more of a hopeful
We get
ending,
Haze?
but also, what? Who's the other knight? What happened to the basilisk? Well, I'll talk about my interpretation of the events here in a moment, but first, there's one last thing to discover in Stage 7. Stage 7 feels pretty limited. With the other path blocked, it seems like there's only
This
one
human
option.
form is limiting.
Trick
Brrr.
level, one that may be familiar to those of you who are fans of Kira's work. A trick I'll call...
We're flying so high.
It shows up in Lost in Vivo too. Spoilers for that for just a moment. In Lost in Vivo, you come upon a puzzle room in which you're trying to figure out the correct way to get this gate to open, allowing you to move forward. The solution
Bell
is
tag
simple.
TAG.
Right through. The gate has no collision. This is just one of many mind freaks that game throws at you, so if you know to look out for this sort of thing, you might be inclined to investigate further into this rubble.
Right on
What
you.
you'll find is that the collision on the rubble itself doesn't extend the full width
Electron,
of the passage, and you can simply walk.
Alligator.
On the other side, you find that you really aren't supposed to have made it here. The walls fade away and the unfinished exterior of the level reveals itself. Off to one side, the word error plastered on it, reminiscent of the game Gary's Mod,
Please?
in which 3D models that can't properly be loaded are replaced with a glowing text. that
Please?
reads error. Interact
Yes!
reveals some more cryptic text.
Crossing this space.
Okay, it's not awful. It's not awful. It's better than the other one I had, I think. Maybe?
Your mind
No,
is
it's not.
already
What am I talking
racing to make sense of
Yeah,
it,
no,
but
this
we'll get to that
Froligator
later.
sucks.
As of now, that's the most important stuff that can be
Unfortunately.
found in Basilisk.
Dude,
Knowing
back-to-back
how well-hidden
awful
it
for alligators,
can
this
be to
this
find
game
a lot of
sucks,
stuff in
man.
this game, I'm sure there are a couple things that I missed in some of these levels, and I'd encourage you to explore them for
Look,
yourself.
Swim's
with
kinda cool.
patience. But so far, we've been pretty thorough,
But
and I think we have enough information
generally accepted.
to begin trying to piece together a bit of the story found within this unfinished game. By the game's very nature, the story elements are fractured and incomplete. We'll need to collect
Fortress,
and assemble
you.
the pieces ourselves, and it's very likely we'll still get an incomplete picture. The best place
Still
to
at
start
you.
would be taking stock of what we
Still
know.
at you. It's just gonna continue being you for infinite.
Townsfolk have gone missing.
Rosalia can evolve, and it's not that strong. Its typing sucks, so no.
Killing off all the villagers, whose
Was here?
perspective
Sudowoodo was here. What was the other one in this route? Did I see the other one in this route?
slain 100 years
Yeah, it
ago.
was Jump Love. Yeah, I don't care about that.
There are a few strange things found elsewhere that.
Alright, whatever's in this route is gonna be our last hope.
The character in stage 6 explicitly spares Scratch. What reason would the basilisk have to do that? In stage 3, the ghosts of a woman
Oh, yeah,
throw
okay,
important
ew.
messages at us, and in stage 4, a strange creature speaks to us with the implication that we've gone on some kind of killing spree. These pieces seem
Alright,
to
this could be
imply that
good.
it's actually us, the knight, who's killed all the villagers. Okay,
Very
so
low
maybe
odds of
let's
it being
get
good, but
a
it
bit into
could be.
where we were the killer all
Maybe.
along. That doesn't answer everything, though. What about the endings, the basilisk and Scratch? Well, I think it goes further than just implying we're a killer. I think the game is trying to tell us that we are the basilisk. It's almost perfectly spelled out for us by the creature in the woods. Even after we've killed everyone, there will still be one monster. Us. A monster. A beast. But if we're a bloodthirsty killing machine whose only goal is to murder everything, why do we spare Scratch? I think the answer to that lies in State 2. The second time we meet Scratch, he mentions, sort of out of the blue, that he used to know a girl that he loved, but she betrayed him, and now she's gone. Then in Stage 3, we see the recurring apparitions of a woman who says things like, "How could you?" casting an accusatory mark on us. I think these two women are one and the same, and that Scratch is more of an extension of the night, a sort of Fight Club moment. It would explain why Scratch was the only one to survive despite our desire to.
It was like Cubone's the super rare encounter in this route.
Parallel with the woman Scratch talks.
This is kind of funny because it's one of the first Pokemon I encountered. Not the first Pokemon I encountered in this route.
Same way that our character
I remember.
is both the knight and the basilisk. This woman betrayed the knight, and now she's
True on it.
All right, so
All
there's a
right.
sort of twist. The knight are one and the same, and the ghostly woman is the knight's past.
So either we can just reset now or try to get a
And why the basilisk
right around the Feraligatr, and I choose the former.
supposedly being the basilisk all along. The explanation I have for the endings relies on a bit of a perspective shift. Depending on which ending we get, we see each side of the final confrontation, either from the basilisk's point of view of confronting the knight, or the knight's point of view confronting the basilisk.
Four-star?
But doesn't my reading of this game imply that the basilisk and the knight are one and the same?
Torment, Mirror Move, and Encore. That's hilarious.
Is portraying an inner conflict. The knight and the bloodthirsty monster, the basilisk inside of him. Some of this may seem like a bit of a stretch, but it does make some sense when you consider what the creature in the woods says. Even if you kill everything, there'll be one monster left. Assuming that Scratch is just
Charizard?
a projection of the knight,
Could be good.
we've killed everyone. There's
This
no one
one
left for the
is
basilisk to destroy,
alright.
except itself. So the monster must destroy the knight, and the knight must slay the monster. It's the only thing left to do. It's a story of someone so filled with bloodlust that after he's slain everyone, the only one left to destroy is himself. This is why in the end, we see the sword fall into the ground, the knight.
Yeah, I mean, it's not awful.
Maybe that's why things like
If we get Swords Dance, I mean,
the beast has been slayed, the monster plaguing this
Sure.
land is gone. That is my interpretation of the game's plot. There's some stuff here that might sound like a reach now, but as the series progresses, I think it becomes more plausible.
we have a good nature. Not the best nature we could have had, but it's not bad.
And the recurring vein connecting the two worlds / games motif all about. Well, that is where simply looking at the Basilisk SNES ROM leaves us with incomplete answers. To find the link between the two worlds, we'll have to play both games.
A link between worlds, bro. I think that was a reference, guys. Your reference.
So, as with Basilisk for the SNES, Basilisk
It's funny, Hyper Voice is still stronger.
really begins on the itch.io game page. And if you thought a fake emulator was unconventional, wait until you see this. The description reads, explore an unfinished RPG through its level editor, the spiritual successor to the unreleased Super Nintendo game Basilisk. This project seemed far more ambitious, but somehow almost became lost media. Developed around the year 2000 by an unknown studio, the game was thought to be lost.
We're gonna need like a crit.
Wrapper program in Unity to load its level editor. Now the potential can finally be seen and its mysteries laid to rest. Sure enough, the screenshots continue to reveal the
I might legit, I don't know.
Instead of a traditional game or even an emulator, we'll be playing through its level editor.
This is just a really weird fight.
Look using the developer tools to explore each level. Like Basilisk SNES, it's an unfinished game, but unlike its predecessor, Basilisk 2000 gives us.
I mean, we gave it a solid shot, but like,
as evidenced by the
he just
user interface seen in the
was
screen.
barely too bulky and got barely too lucky.
This page gives us a 3D scan of the real-life compact disc the game was ripped from. This reveals some information, most notably the initials DB written in Sharpie at the top of the disc.
If we didn't get paralyzed so early, we definitely would have won. Like, no doubt in my brain.
Ability of the
But,
software.
I mean, that's just the way the crumble
Inside
cookies.
there's a few things to find.
Pure Power Delcatty?
We're going to go in blind and just boot up the game as is, and later on we'll delve in here. Let's see
It was worth a shot.
Basilisk 2000 has in store.
It was worth a shot.
Immediately, we load into the developer interface we saw in the screenshots. In the bottom right, we have a list of local items, game objects that are in our current level. Because we're not currently loaded into a level, it's empty. Above that, we have the window where we'll see our actual gameplay with information like our current coordinates.
Air song, alright.
Second, to the
Eh,
left
didn't
of that
matter.
is a set of
Lol.
options that allow us to do things like toggle lighting, clouds, and foliage, as well as view the world in wireframe and switch between no-clip mode, where we can fly.
Well, the thing's attack wasn't just the worst in the universe.
Game settings like mouse sensitivity, volume, render distance, and what weapon, if any, our character has equipped via items.
This thing's attack and speed was swapped, actually, it'd be kind of goated.
Sound player allowing us to play through various soundtracks for the game.
Kind of. It would still be kind of slow.
Allows us to load levels by typing load and then a level name. The note on this starting screen says start player in Havenwood, highlighted in yellow. We'll come to find that level names are all highlighted in yellow, so we want to keep a lookout for that. For now, though, we can begin exploring this game with our first lead. Load Havenwood. Havenwood brings us to a small village, surrounded by a hilly forest. It seems to be a standard starting setting for a classic medieval adventure game. Various NPCs stand in the street.
No game, believe it or not, I don't want to run a parasite.
A guard telling you not to cause any trouble, a townsperson remarking.
Oh, none of the ones in this route are awesome.
Something that caught my eye immediately.
None of them are even good. So I'm not.
which look almost identical to the one found.
The only one that might be maybe possibly good is Ludicolo.
We can inspect these simply by clicking on them. Inspecting items and NPCs in this game allows us to see and even change a lot about them, from their health and darkness levels to their names, coordinates, and developer notes. This object, labeled Trigger Start, seems to be the game object associated with
Steelix, yeah, I go for that.
starting the game. Other arrows around the map appear to be improperly loaded NPCs or markers for particle effects, so these errors seem to work similarly to Gary's mod. Placeholders or stand-ins for objects that are either not loading properly.
I'm not gonna be triggered if I can run away from Steelix. So I have really good speed, so
This Trigger Start object
it doesn't necessarily mean anything.
leading us to somewhere called Open Sin in yellow. Maybe opening cinematic? Typing that into the console confirms this, loading a pre-rendered cutscene.
There is 3.1. I always thought it was 2 for some reason.
First by note, and then by carriage, to the realm of MYAAA, of light spreading through the land, and the kings are herded reward for solving it. The nights are growing strange, serpentine lights flowing through them like water, and the days grow hot and dry. Crops are dying, and soon famine will follow. And now you arrive at your childhood town of Havenwood.
So, it really is a successor to the original Basilisk. The same realm of Mycenae, a similar setup of a kingdom in peril, this time with a little more backstory. Talk of serpentine lights, a spreading blight, and Havenwood being our character's childhood home. Continued exploration of the town reveals some less than...
They all can be level 8.
...hidden away at first glance. You might initially find these when looking through the local items list, but it's important to note this list is almost always incomplete, and you'll need to do some of your own searching to find everything these levels have to offer. For one, there are a few NPCs that are hidden, placed inside the models.
I mean, it's not awful, I guess.
We'd never be able to see if we didn't have
Not great.
to flip through them. Inspecting
Not great.
also shows us the dialogue.
I'll try running it.
We would be greeted with if we interacted with them in the game as intended. One of the NPCs says they can't go outside for fear of getting someone sick, but the more disturbing find is a bloody corpse lying in the upper story of a house. The mutilated corpse of your childhood rival. Not only is this disturbing, it's confusing. Why is this here, in a place that is otherwise inaccessible to an actual player? Finishing our exploration of the town, we find a
Go for milk drink all you want. I don't give a crap.
the text, Statue of the Torn Knight. Because its model seems to be a place.
Alright, so this thing needs, like, bulk up.
The Torn Knight is, so we're at a bit of a dead end. However, there is yet more to see in Havenwood. As the note for this level says, starting area okay, outside town needs work. Let's follow the roads out of town and see what we can find then. Traveling down the winding roads
Transform.
through the forest, we can find signposts pointing us out of.
This is better than Baton Pass, which is quite literally useless in this challenge.
NPC tells us they're searching for the lost Hall of Skeletons. Though we may have
Did I get the item over to the left? I think I did.
Let's try to
Is this the file I complained about Ludicolo, so.
come to a clearing where a large religious-looking statue stands, also labeled as a statue of the Torn Knight. I suppose this is what the Torn Knight looks like, but exactly the significance of this character still remains a mystery. Leaving the path behind to explore the hills and woods themselves, we stumble upon a graveyard. An NPC named NPC Witness solemnly stands among the headstones. I still visit, even though my family isn't here. They don't let those afflicted with the Serpent's Curse to be buried here. A Serpent's Curse, huh? Interestingly, if you play the game at midnight, Havenwood...
It's worth a shot, I mean...
can be seen hunched over and distraught and tells us something new. Why can't we have the peace they all have? Just because we're from...
You know, I wasn't expecting to win, to be honest.
I suppose. Most of the gravestones here bear some variation of "Here lies" and then a name. However, one can be found that reads, "Your eyes contribute to your own destruction."
For this challenge,
More on
at least.
is what you discover by clipping underneath the ground here. You'll find that under every single gravestone, there is a bloody corpse. Again, while being unsettling to find, it calls into question just why they're here, when this would normally be completely inaccessible.
Yeah, this thing's too slow. I actually would run it, I'm not gonna lie.
Housing a series of goblin
If this thing's attack and speed were swapped, I'd actually run it, but it's too slow.
Seems pretty cute
Like,
at
way
first,
too slow.
until you see what the goblins are housing inside their tents. Inside one is a dead cat, and another is a prisoner pleading to be saved.
And plus,
Oddly,
slow
the
plus
prisoner has a pretty high
bad
difficulty.
typing equals awful.
Intentional, but the story I feel is being implied here is that the goblins imprisoned this man after he killed one of their cats. Honestly, goblins, You can keep him. Deeper in the hills of Havenwood, what we begin to find gets stranger and stranger. An untextured cube floats on the outskirts of the level, titled Prop, Idol of Sorrow.
I did not want to stay
A
in.
song titled Sorrow Draft when you're nearby. Similarly, an error can be found hidden away that begins
Master ball, quick ball, nest ball. Wait, are quick balls in this game? Yeah, quick balls are in this game. Wait, are they?
Something to do with an audio
I'm second guessing myself. Are quick balls in Gen 3?
String basically just means a string with
Don't
no
remember.
value at all. There are a few more hidden NPCs scattered in the woods. A serpentine monster enemy in the hills and another traveling
I
NPC
genuinely don't
that
remember.
says, I'm starving.
I don't think so.
There's food in Taurus, with Taurus seemingly being a place we can load as well. Finally, a
Oh,
traveling
yeah, there's
merchant
nothing
is
in this
found lost in the hills with a cart of
route.
sold items. One of these is a broken piece of a snake medallion.
Oh, we died. Oh no.
RIT engraved.
Didn't see that coming.
Trying to load RIT gives us nothing, so we may have to find the other piece of this medallion to uncover what level it's pointing us towards. The game so far seems like a fairly normal adventure RPG, but it's scattered with strange and disturbing breadcrumbs, things that we wouldn't even be able to see if it weren't for our developer abilities.
Incredible minds.
To continue exploring. For Havenwood, there's not much more to see, but we've been given a good handful of leads to follow, from Taurus to Desirist. I'd like to start
Harry Mama with
Let's
no
take note of all the
anything.
places and start with the one the game is literally pointing to. Crossroads. Crossroads is a similarly wooded area as Haven.
Wow, even with drought, flamethrower is literally.
paths leading to signs pointing
How
us
sad
in
is that?
directions. The developer note here says, "Looks good so far, David B." So we have one of the developers.
I don't know why I'm delaying the inevitable, to be honest.
The one who previously had the disc this version of the game comes from, judging by the DB written on it. Following a few of the paths, their signs lead us to places like Nimor and Chapel 00, but terminate before we reach where they're pointing us. Presumably, in the release version of the game,
I mean, for an hour, it's not bad.
automatically, but here in the level editor, we'll have to do it manually. We actually can find our way to Chapel, but are unable to
Hit yourself.
go inside, the door telling
Dang
us
it.
that it would load us into the Chapel level. A pond shimmers serenely nearby.
Incredible thoughts. Incredible minds.
So we can
I'm
wield
so overwhelmed.
a garden
How did my brain conceive them?
all the way from Iceni Castle to see this chapel. Since we're here, we might as well load the chapel just to see what's inside. Then we'll come back to Crossroads. Inside the dimly lit
Nice.
chapel, 2 guards flank the room, and neither seem very chatty.
Anyway, this poor gun sucks.
Don't bother me. Underneath,
It's not the worst Pokemon to pivot with. It's got good defenses at least, and it's not super slow.
Texture. Lining the room toward
But-
the altar are 6 plates, 3 against each wall. These plates reveal a sort of creation myth. Long ago, in an age of famine and destruction, a
Incredible.
brave knight stood against the dark
If this thing had,
slayed the basilisk, but even still the kingdom was lost.
I think now.
The knight cried out in
Yeah, if this thing had
land. The knight
tail glow
sword tightly, and with one
and
hand,
compound eyes,
in two, separating himself
I
into
would've
the
ran it.
knight. His day half took the form of a stone, which spun itself over and
but it
over,
has neither.
smoothing into an egg. His night half took the form of water, which flowed in a circle surrounding the egg and turned itself into a snake.
That spell's
Final
good.
lake is cracked, incomplete, forming great mountains.
Bull
and
Rock, I would rather actually die.
fell back into water, creating the ocean. This story holds a lot of parallels to the
At
story.
least I can see what the abilities are gonna be.
Yes, the night, the famine, the
I have a
basilisk,
Thunderstone,
they
no
all-
Moonstone.
It puts the knight as the hero, however, so it may poke some holes in my original explanation. I suppose.
Okay, it
we'll
doesn't
see
really
what
seem to be anything good in this route.
Returning to Crossroads, there are a couple landmarks of note. A
Any
small
type of speed
graveyard
boost,
on
alright.
top of a large
Uh,
hill,
Tritini
a
with
flat
rough
structure with
skin.
bloody bodies
Yeah.
lying underneath each gravestone. A series of hooded figures stand among the headstones.
Datu with
NPC
damp.
escorts. Cool.
Datu's typing slash BST is mid at best. No, his typing's pure just garbage, and his BST is mad at best. Okay. Either we have to get something route 1. I mean, we still have a couple encounters. Now see, I wouldn't mind a Vigoroth. Try to see if I can find the level 8. Or aid the level 8.
And nestled just behind the tower is a single grave.
It doesn't seem to be a rare encounter, so that's a good
The story of
sign.
This game is beginning to unfold in front of us, from the tales of the knight and the basilisk to the mysterious serpent cult and serpent's curse. With so many more places to see, we're sure to find more answers. Let's head to Nimor. Namor is quite the change of scenery. We find ourselves in a yellow-tinted desert, starting in a small village surrounded by dunes and large mountains. Most of the NPCs in town
Okay,
have
just
some
be
kind of
toxic while you're at it.
indicating it's not as pleasant a place as Havenwood. Within the small buildings, the town is made up of a corpse hanging from the gallows rests among an assortment of coffins. A guard
Figure might be the rare encounter, I don't know.
Caskets
Hard to
litter
tell.
the streets of the village. While a shopkeep does appear to be in business, the rest of the town seems dire. An NPC pleads for help. Please help us. My mother is sick and needs healing water. Inside the building behind them, an NPC with low health and 80% darkness.
I don't know if it makes it faster or not.
Snaking its way
No.
around the head.
Alright, I stand corrected. Vigoroth seems to be the rare encounter. Ugh.
Hope. Healing water.
Or A, the rare encounter.
Dry as a bone. Ask someone else. Just outside of town, more serpent enemies seem to be encroaching. This town is in desperate
Evolved with a
need.
Waterstone, not a Thunderstone, so you are useless to me.
Wandering out into this desert,
I would rather die than pivot
in the sand.
to a Solrock. I really would.
Smiley face emoji, like the one from Discord. The object's description is, I know what you did.
Honestly, we have to go see what was in Route 1 again.
A series of massive rusted ships wrecked in the sand, along with some other things we'll find in Namor.
Eagle
These
it.
ships seem to suggest that this desert used to be an
And
ocean not so long
Eagle
ago,
it.
firmly juxtaposing not only its
And
current arid landscape,
Eagle.
but also its inhabitants.
Could have
throughout
hustle,
the healing
but
water.
no, it's not
Trading
gonna
on these
be.
ships is a kind of
Honestly, our best bet is to just
signate. Elsewhere,
try to
we
get
find
the
a series of
Vigoroth.
massive rib bones jutting from the
I'll probably
sand,
even just
the remnants
even
of
go
some
for the
long
level 6.
Under the map, we can see the rest of its skeleton.
But I don't care that much.
These
The odds of it being good are
whales,
little to none, so.
a reminder of the ocean this place used to be. Next to these bones, a pyramid and a few other pieces of religious-looking, half-buried architecture are located. Just behind these ruins are 3 NPCs, 2 looking down at the third who lies on the ground. The 2 NPCs say he's a dangerous prisoner, and the so-called prisoner says, "It's been a rough day at the office." Add that to the list. More NPCs inhabit Namor as well. We can find one outside a small building on the edge of the desert next to a horse-like creature called a crawler. This NPC says, "All the healing water is gone. I've heard to get some, you have to go all the way to Palethar." We can find more of these crawlers as well, belonging to 2 bandits who...
I'm not going crazy. I know I saw Vigoroth.
Namor is starting to show off just how dire the situation in Mycenae is within the story of the game, though there's nothing too unusual here so far, aside maybe from the smiley face hidden in the tower. Clearly, outside of just the morbid story being told in the game, there's breadcrumbs left by the developers themselves, and in all likelihood, we'll be able to find more further into these levels. Though we have a laundry list of possible levels to explore at this point, let's hop into Palethar next and see what we can find there. Palethar is an even bigger change in scenery. A series of
Yeah, see, I did see. I saw Vigoroth.
structures, peaceful
I'm not
places
crazy.
place, the sky glows at dusk. The note
It's
from
just must be
Rickroll
the
is
rare
also
encounter,
by
unfortunately.
David B. This area needs fall protection, and he's right.
Which means
If you
even
walk here, you'll be
when I
safe.
find it, it's probably not gonna be.
Luckily, we can just get a
late.
clip out of it. One of the strange
So what is
things
happening?
is that
What the
according
frick?
to the local item browser,
Past like 5 times. Well, to be
there's
fair, it was all late.
same object here, but it's
But
one
still.
we can't actually locate in the
My
level.
defense wasn't even that bad. It was doing a lot, and it was a Dratini.
Another
Dratini
item at
have
this point
horrible
interacting with
BSTs.
will simply open the last
I don't know
item
what in the world
browser.
that was.
But if this is the first thing you interact with, it will open information for an object named House 01.
Hey, there it is. Okay.
Description,
Drizzle, I
class,
honestly don't care.
And then a keyboard mash. Very strange. Following the stone pathways, we'll come across another statue of the Torn Knight.
Water spout?
NPC titled Crestfallen. It has a 60% dark
Okay.
vision, and it's reflected
That's
in
good.
its position. I've given up. You should
Yeah, we'll try to run it.
Oddly, another NPC can be found here underneath this one. This one says, "All the healing water is gone. What a waste." Jot that one down. Further on, we can find a monk. Welcome, traveler.
Do we go for revenge or
To see
water
us.
spout here? I would go water spout.
Another monk
Even though it's
further along
resisted.
expands on the fate
Yeah,
of
that was definitely the right call.
City. Palethar used to be known as the city of the forest, but since the water is all gone, all the trees have withered away. Yet another stares off into the sky at a
My heart's a stereo. It beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every no. Uh-oh.
Has left this place in ruin.
Make me a radio.
You
Turn me up when you feel low. Melody was meant for yo.
Stone structures.
So something, something, stereo. Oh,
Access
oh, oh, oh,
next to their boat,
oh,
say,
stereo.
transport, cheap riffs to Exception 8 are in stock.
Something hard to stereo. I
Well, the boat here also
only
says
pray you never leave me behind.
it's also possible this is
Because
an
good
actual
music
travel.
can be so hard to find.
Inside another inaccessible cubby
I
hole, we
take
find
your
a
hand and hold it
serpent
closer to
It does a lot of
mine.
damage and is labeled with one
Thought love was dead, but now you're changing my mind. My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Uh-oh.
It does do a lot of damage, so we might as well
Make me a radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo. Oh, 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 to my stereo. Oh, oh. Sing along to my stereo. I only pray you never leave me behind. Because good music can be so hard to find. I take your hand and hold it closer to mine. Thought love was dead, but now you're changing my mind. My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Uh-oh. Make me a radio and turn me up when you feel low. Melody was meant for you. Sing along to my stereo. Oh, 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 to my stereo. Oh, oh. Sing along to my stereo. Yeah. When the days are cold and the cards all fall and the saints we see are all made of gold, and your dreams all fail and the ones we hail are the worst of all, and the blood runs still.
I'm from Wakelita Summit. We
I don't remember the rest.
up there, and sure enough, we can find a mountain troll enemy standing among the hills nearby.
Hey, level 19 for the gym.
Just how close
Light screen.
And though again we do have a lot of we could load up.
Now.
For the purposes of this video,
My defense is actually pretty decent, and I don't have any
Wakelita Summit is a frozen
special type weaknesses unless I use conversion.
Though the level is impressive, the note reveals.
What does that do again? Randomly changes you type that resist or is immune to the type that last damage you move. So I'll use that strategically.
Be careful if you plan on going up the mountain. There's a small village of additional cabins.
Resist.
Exploring the forest surrounding
So if they use a move that water resists, then I'll do that in hopes I can get stab water spout. It'd be nice, but it's kind of a risk. I don't know. It may work, it may not. Who knows?
That's because it's very reminiscent of the one we find in Basilisk for the SNES.
We have an next defend. White Herb's also pretty cool. Ooh, headbutt. I wish we could use that, but we can't. Anyway, 8 power points to beat the gym is not great. Did I get inside him already? Yeah. We don't have any PowerPoint restoring stuff, so this is not gonna happen probably. But we'll see. Yeah, toxic you suck. Okay, yeah. I knew it was a stretch, but whatever.
Plates lay beneath a massive sphere of stone labeled Broken Moon. Here's where our developer tools come really in handy. If we
Ursula, ew.
Being embedded in the mountain into the sky, a new level.
Illuminate, ugh. You're slow and have illuminate. Ew. That's disgusting.
Is that the environment expands over the whole screen. The
Actually disgusting, bro.
Pops into full screen. Ghostly piano
Looking.
explore the surface of the moon. Stars sparkle in the inky sky. As far as I can find,
We got air cutter.
craters and dust. Encased in a glowing sphere, there's a strange, almost fetus-like shape.
Well,
Cold
speed
ink
time.
rests here. What's most odd about this level, aside from the unconventional way you access it, is the format in which it appears on our screen. Removing the UI and filling the whole screen, it feels out of place, like it wasn't intended to be a part of the game, but instead something the developers added to the level editor itself. In addition to
We got a rare candy. That's kind of cool, I guess.
The world of Mycenae or the story of the game as of yet. It's like it was a secret left for someone using this editor, perhaps for another developer to find. And this isn't the only level in the game to do this. The name Taurus was brought up a little while ago in Havenwood. Loading in here, it's a weird level. Floating in a void, there's a large, shimmery torus shape with an NPC titled NPC David. We've heard that name before. David says,
Your power Cyndaquil? Alright.
Seconds after he says this, it loads a clip of David Lynch.
Oh, wow. He lived on 1 HP. That's so dumb. So dumb, bro.
But if you'd never tasted a donut, you wouldn't really know.
So maybe that isn't David B. Maybe that's just famed director David Lynch. Either way,
Time
after
show.
this clip plays, it loads you into a new level, Erase. Similar to Moon, Erase pops into full screen. The disturbing audio of what sounds like crying plays in the background
Nice.
as we take in the equally horrific environment.
Did I have won that? Absolutely freaking not. But did I? Yes.
Of blood and viscera, some of it formed into an intersecting pattern of circles. Floating in the air are gray shapes similar to that of the angel on Moon. We have a limited time here.
You know, for Chime Show, it's actually really good.
Floating creatures and find that they have ominous messages for us.
But this tech is just not good enough to. It's gonna
even stranger than Moon. It definitely
two-shot it, at least two-shot everything. And we want mons that can one-shot fairly consistently.
So horrific. What are these angels?
This is not that one.
Their messages mean?
Maybe if it got tail glow, maybe it would be runnable. But I see that as very unlikely. Psychic's an awful defensive typing.
Moving back to the perhaps more typical levels, the next level
Nutri Ball
is found in a bit of an unconventional.
That's nice.
Looking through the various soundtracks in the audio,
Tauros is tempting.
find a song that hasn't appeared anywhere else as of yet, titled
Never mind, we're gonna go for Tauros.
So let's try loading up Arena. Here we find ourselves in a pretty standard medieval arena. Billboards of crowds.
Oh wow, okay, so it's a special attacking glass cannon with water spout. Ooh.
I don't think making
okay.
Again in order is a good idea here.
Not bad at all. Ooh, I could have had Intimidate one. I would have much preferred that, but I. Oh well.
If you set them to 0 health or just use weapons.
Man, I really wish I could have gotten an Intimidate one. That would have been so nice.
There are entrances where the gladiators.
But it is whatever.
But another leads to a system of hallways. One path leads us to a large chamber where another NPC waits for their turn to fight. I can't wait.
Amazing!
Floating axe item can be found as well. Finally,
I was to say that should still one shot. I didn't know for sure, but I thought it was pretty sure.
We can find a door.
Amazing.
Very out of place.
Yeah, I got that item. I got that item.
Realistic and high res for a game.
I got that item.
At the very least, the rest of the game we've seen so far, and it's modern, like a photo scan of a modern alleyway or hallway dropped into the game. The music changes to the ominous null string.
Odor Sleuth.
This door seems to be covered in crime scene tape. Something happened here, and by the looks of it, it's not something in the universe of the game. It's a recreation of something real. Our ability to move forward is blocked here by an invisible object that gives us the text skinned in red. Speaking of darker elements in the game, remember Krimger Dungeon mentioned in Mycena Castle? Let's try looking there. It's a dark, maze-like dungeon scattered with rats and corpses. Interestingly, these rats have a null dark value and actually talk to you sometimes, so it's sort of a subversion. They're not enemies. The note for this level reads, this area might be too large for its use. This level.
Well, this Tauros is definitely way better than the Vig. It's like a slightly better version of the Vigoroth that we had earlier.
Here's one of those talking rats I mentioned. Hey there, watch out, the Minotaur's still around. Snee, snee. Coming from a wall nearby, you might hear a sound. It's this dark, deep, slowly ascending and descending sound with no discernible source other than the other side of this wall. Similarly, down another path, you can hear a strange shimmering sound coming from the other side of a wall. It's strange. There are some more typical finds in this dungeon, though. For instance, this incredibly powerful sword called the Blood Sword, or this massive Minotaur boss.
Our odds aren't looking great of us getting to level 19 for the gym, but
one thing we can find that seems very important to the plot is this error object.
It'd be really nice if we could fight some beefy mons from the rival. I don't remember what the starter was though.
Further into the dungeon,
Let me see. I had a Chime Cho, and I fought a Starmie. Okay, so that's actually good.
However, all it says is
a little worrying because it resists water spout, but I mean, who knows? It might be.
There are a few mysterious sounds in here, but mostly it feels like we're
It might be fine. You know,
bigger weapons, bigger bosses, and maybe the beginning of a solution to the game's conflict. However, when it comes to the rest of the levels we have to explore, there are going to be dwindlingly less that are this straightforward, and a lot more that seem to continue.
Oh, so close. So close to level 19. That's brutal.
Explored the surface, and it's time to get a little bit deeper. We first discovered Waste through a hidden NPC in Palethar, and loading it up, it is not what you might expect out of a medieval RPG.
We'll level up after the first Pokemon, so I'll water spout that one. I'm really hoping I get a good, decent special move here.
The note reads TBR,
but we'll see.
this level was never meant to be released. A thin, stretched frame.
Dear Lord, let me get to the freaking gym, please.
Aside from the ruined buildings and wrecked cars,
Did I get set up
there's
here?
a lot to find here. Some
Did,
of it
okay.
is relatively innocuous and seemingly just
We don't have any berries to hold. We have one potion. We have a max elixir, which we might end up using for this gym. We'll see.
like this arrow
Depends.
titled Trigger Missing Dead.
Pinky, alright, we're gonna go for water spout.
Find here
Level up here, please be a good move. Synthesis is completely useless. Great.
strange noises.
Then overheat the
Details
Pikachu.
can be found
Well,
all
our
over,
odds aren't looking great,
from innocuous messages
but-
like data to more forceful ones like remove this world. Some of the messages are left through other means. There are multiple skinless NPCs titled NPC ? With unsettling things to say.
Lugia.
No longer sleep, lest the
Oh
dreams-
wow, we just got one shot. Okay.
Also worth noting, one of
Did
the
not
guys
see that
who
coming.
edited Crossroads doesn't have anything to say, but I didn't realize that until after I'd edited Crossroads. So either way, these developers are going through it. In all seriousness, this does seem to suggest
We had Thunderbolt, we
that
would've
something
won.
terrible plagued
Same.
the developers behind the game, but the details are still too vague. Some of the pieces left here aren't just text either. Under the map, we can find an image of the basilisk's eye from Basilisk SNES, and elsewhere we can find a low-res section from a Bosch painting, Hell, depicting some.
I knew I wasn't gonna win that fight, but
Perhaps the most striking things you
I
can
still
see
thought,
are
oh, what was my best case scenario anyway?
the first one I found was facing
some
the
reason.
corner of this dilapidated building.
All that could be
Flickering
good.
in and out of existence,
Um,
the strange sound
oh,
that
yeah,
comes
that's good.
Is some kind of creature. It's stuck walking into this wall, appearing and disappearing from reality. They look similar to the crawlers,
I gotta
but they're definitely different.
burn.
Another one of these can be found stuck near a wall elsewhere.
Alright, at the
Here
lab.
is some
That's
text
nice.
that says unpleasant, and we can find
Ooh,
one of
Dragon
these
Claw, yes,
portrait
please.
creatures actually
Yeah, honestly, for an all Maldo, this is really good.
almost musical drone. Playing through, I'm not 100% sure if it roams
Go
the
run
whole
it.
map or if there are actually a couple in different parts. Either way, these don't appear anywhere else in the game aside from this map, one that was never meant to see the light of day. Waste really is hammering in the developer's penchant for venting through their development. This place is uneasy and almost cynical. Every day is the same until death.
We have a great ability, or great nature. Our abilities wait, prevents recoil damage.
Of dreams coming true and the odd levels like moon and erase.
And Volt Tackle has recoil damage.
More here. Like I said,
Oh my gosh, we have a Volt Tackle that we don't take recoil damage from. This thing is broken.
for instance, the Hall of Skeletons.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how broken that was until I. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Sort of Easter egg, a place where developers just mess around to be funny and leave it to be
Please
found
don't.
by players.
Okay.
This isn't super uncommon in games, especially of this era, to have a fun little developer secret. David B is even here scolding the designers. Alan, what is this? We have better things to work on. I'll be honest, and this is really just a personal preference aside.
And replace
I
Miss
found this
again.
level to be a bit of a
Curse is fine.
disservice to the experience of playing this game. This game was supposed to be made in 2000, and so it does break things when there's a bunch of late 2010s memes. I wish that at the very least, the Hall of Skeletons was a little bit harder to find. Though it took us a bit to get around to it, it is one of the first places you find out about. And if it felt a little more hidden, like a secret from Kira themselves instead of Alan from 2000, I think it would be less jarring. But that's just more of a nitpick and maybe the only one I have for this entire project. Either way,
Max Pusher? Oh my gosh, Forcer and Max Pusher. What in the world's going on right now?
Yet another example of explicit remnants left by the developers. But we can find even more of these by looking back at our list and loading up Office. Office is jarring. We spawn in
Miracle. No, my special defense is good. I don't see a scenario where that would like ever be useful. This thing might be a runner though, like legit. I think we have a runner here.
The front door leads to missing and
Very least a potential runner.
Down the opposite hall and to the left.
Oh,
there's
of
a
course
small
you burned
room
me.
with a poster. Work, work, work. Further down the hall is the main computer room. The computer room is filled with cubicles, work-centered posters, and NPCs, who all stand in for the dev team. Like Hall of Skeletons, this seems to be a secret designed for players to be able to find, recreating the dev team's office. Each one introduces themselves by name and what they do. Hi.
Looks like Volt Tackle's
I made all the movies
static.
for Basilisk
A contact. But other than that,
Very
though.
tired, LOL. Hey, I'm Cassie. I do the animation and make the
Great.
AI in Basilisk 2000. A few of them have some unique quirks. Greg, for instance, is titled Greg NPC Dead and has 0 health, along with a 100% darkness rating. David B, the man himself, has a 50% darkness rating as well. It is also here where we learn just exactly who David B is in relation to the development team. How you doing? I'm David Bunch. I'm the chief engineer and manager for Basilisk 2000. Though this area seems like an innocuous Easter egg, there's something darker underneath. Behind George's desk, through the wall, is a low-res
If my attack was just a little bit lower and my
want to leave.
HP was just a little bit lower and I was put into other stats, this thing would have been so,
I'm
like,
so sick and tired
broken.
of this. Some days
Relatively.
I just want to burn the place down.
But we got 4-star Animax potions, so honestly, the high HP isn't my biggest concern right now. So
But perhaps most concerning is what is found underneath David B's desk. A low-quality photo of a gun with the text, "Not going to keep taking it." This object is named just in case. Something is clearly very wrong with the development of this game. From the messages of anguish to multiple employees ideating about burning the place down, and David B either considering taking his own life or everyone else's. And unfortunately, we can find out exactly which one it is. If we set all the NPCs' health to 0, except for David, a new level is loaded. We are reloaded into a darker version of the office. The echoing sounds of gunshots can be heard. The front door has been blocked by chairs. In the bathroom, Dave, not David B, is hiding. I can't let him find me. Patches of blood stain the carpet. In the computer room, the rest of the employees are scattered across the ground, dead. David is nowhere to be found. Each of their bodies hold dialogue that seem to have been their last words. Interestingly, Greg's is, "I should have expected this." The note on George's desk now says, "I didn't do it, please." This all but confirms that this was, in fact, David B's doing. It's very unsettling to sit among the carnage. It's stark and stomach-churning. The biggest question here is whether or not this is David B, an overworked part of a clearly
oh
very
please,
dev
please don't hit here.
working out a dark fantasy
I should have.
caused by
I should have went for full tackle. Why did I do that?
a recreation of David actually snapping. Other devs here seem to fantasize about burning the place down, but it's specifically pointed out they wouldn't do this. Similarly, that realistic door.
Oh wow. All right, yeah, that's definitely a sign that that file was not meant to be. We lost twice in a row.
One would typically find in a dark office daydream. We still need answers, and
I'm such an idiot. I literally would have freaking won if I just didn't go for Dragon Claw for some stupid reason. There was literally 0 reason to not go for Volt Tackle there. Literally 0 reason. I had more than enough PowerPoints.
Few blank terminals. Planes sit on the runway outside, along with some buildings. The note for the level is simple: all that's left to do. It almost seems like it's implying that if what David B did in office truly was real, this is his plan afterward. Just leave it all behind. In the corner of the map, a plane is crashed into the ground, halfway in a building. The description of this object reads, "Doris drowns in doubt." It's almost disturbing how much of this game's file space has been dedicated to the darkest thoughts and perhaps even actions of its developers. It's like the development completely went off the rails and instead became a place to vent the deepest, most frightening parts of these developers' lives. And speaking of the behind the scenes of this game's development, we have a couple levels here to circle back to. The name Exception 8, if you'll remember, comes from Palethar, where a traveler offers you a ride there. It doesn't have quite the medieval twang the other level names do, and that's because it is yet again another piece only meant for developers. It's a testing.
Venusaur's here.
The note for the level
Cool.
reads, "Flora test looks..."
I kind of tempted to run this thing.
It's mostly a flat plane with trees, and a few small pieces of architecture like these columns and a few errors. One of these errors is used as a light beam. Another is titled Greg Dead with the message, "Get to work, blah blah blah." Yet another gives us the text, "Alan is tired." So more venting from the developers, though slightly more innocuous, except perhaps
Ow.
Greg being dead. Aside from this,
Greg?
the only other
Greg.
a certain area of the map begins playing audio called menu old, do not use, which is a sort of windy, staticky sound. The thing about the naming convention of Exception 8 is that it seems to suggest an Exception 1 through 7 as well, and there is one more exception level, Exception 7. Just like its counterpart, Exception 7 is a testing plane, but it's a little more densely populated, with a few different little environments set up around the map. For one, a series of textureless items and buildings set up in a line. Plates, pillars, gravestones, houses, vegetation, weapons. Floating above them all is a fish-like model with what looks like the fetus texture from Moon and Erase. It's difficult to parse, but looks vaguely like an ultrasound. It's titled Sunfish. Another series...
Did I get this item over here? I did,
Set up as
okay.
a mock-up village. A serpent enemy stands by a building with the text, "I am an enemy." Then, outside each door are a series of NPCs, all with pretty innocuous text. "I am a knight of some sort."
Oh my gosh.
A comically squished character says,
They're just
"I am a
weird.
child." Seems like a place to test
Not
NPCs.
runnable.
Another, smaller mock-up village is
Think
also
anyway.
nearby, with various
Voice annoying.
NPCs who give out quests, or tell you that they're completed. One says, "The quest is done," and barks. Again, this is all fairly innocuous, but this level has one secret that is really the turning point for the story of the developers. It begins to shift everything towards a much more disturbing path. A small textureless cube sits in the very corner.
Don't want to run a
It's
coughing.
easy to miss, and
Like.
it seems fairly unimportant. When you walk into it, however,
Don't want to run a
it flashes
Cyndaquil either.
a blurry photo of an empty office and a bloody
Mm.
shape, something vaguely lizard-like.
I have a feeling
Perhaps
that
it was
Venusaur's
something
really
else,
slow,
but
unfortunately.
This isn't just a model in the game, this is a photograph.
but,
and what's more, a photograph that seems to have been taken in the office this game is being developed in. How is it there? Did it come out of the game? Or is it the opposite? Is the game being made based around this creature? As of now, it's unclear. It's seemingly very rare to get this cube to spawn when loading Exception 7, and after the image disappears, so does the cube, and the crying sound
It's probably just a special attacker.
if you see the cube once,
Wow, it is not.
to see it again.
Okay, this is
It's strange.
okay. I mean, honestly, it's not horrible.
Our questions become
Really
twofold. The next
interesting
is
set spread.
answers.
Awful,
The Cirrus feels a bit like
nature.
relief. It's a level
But
that
honestly,
feels
I think this thing's runnable. I really do.
Still, it has an off-putting air to it.
I believe this thing is
It's a
runnable.
dark city with a nebulous sky. The note here says, "This area TBR in next build. Not important enough to relegate disk space. David B." That name carries a darker weight now. Beneath the map, printed on the sky.
Double kick? Oh, heck yeah, we take double kick.
Says,
I think I forget
1,000 deaths if I can die with you.
Fury Cutter. I think Fury Cutter might be too risky.
Buildings are.
But also might be what saves me. Oh, man.
Can
I think we
get
forget Peck then. Ah, but that's type coverage. Oh, no, we need Peck for Shedinja.
Windows peering into dark hallways and rooms. The effect on the
I hate to say it, but I think we gotta get rid of Fake Out.
They're images that have been superimposed, tracked to the camera and parallax, but just a little off. They all appear to be looking into the same place, just different parts of it. Rooms filled with water, dimly lit halls. There's actually a load trigger behind one of these windows. Trigger load hallway, though no such level exists. It seems like there was a plan to load you into the place we see through these windows, but that level was never created. There are also remnants of other pieces of the game, such as a kill player trigger behind the door and an error standing in for a butcher shop sound effect loop, though we can't actually hear the sound. The part that's most interesting, though, starts with this statue of the Torn Knight. The figure emits a low
Silverwind. Oh, crap.
sound plate.
No, we definitely gotta take it over Fury Cutter.
Activated something. Continuing to
No
explore,
doubt about that.
the wall near one of the shops also activates another sound. We're onto something. Right around this vent in the ground at the end of the hall, another sound activates. Then this corner here. Then there's no more sounds to be found. It's strange, but there is one final place we need to visit. The final trigger is here, around the window peering into the room filled with water. After wandering this area, when you leave, you'll find a few new
Okay, I didn't know if it was gonna one shot.
Firstly,
It might have.
creature. It's a headless figure called NPC.
Really no way for me to know.
With 100% darkness. It's really unsettling to stumble upon, but what exactly it represents, I'm not sure.
Destiny Bound?
You'll also
Why on
find
earth would I want that?
tombstones.
Lear?
Here's where things get interesting.
Lear actually might have been good, but no, we just need. We just can't do it. We need more. PowerPoints is more important than lowering stats.
The string of text reads, "I don't think it was me, not the murderer. What if I was the murdered?" The only person I can think of who may be a murderer is
Well, PowerPoint / coverage, I guess.
Did he kill his coworkers? Or maybe not. Maybe his questioning of this fact leads to the idea that it was just a fantasy. Or perhaps even David B doesn't know. His conceptions of reality and fantasy blurring. The other tombstone translates to, at least by my attempt, "I didn't just happen on it. Maybe I did. But it was the perfect basilisk." Again, there's this line here questioning his concept of reality. Did he just happen upon it or not? But most interestingly is that this seems to once
If I
again
can just get past Brock with this thing, I will consider that a win.
David B and not related to an in-game story. It would be another point connected.
Not literally, obviously.
Real photo
but-
of the basilisk in the office in the real world. Desirist, with all its secrets and reveals, still does very little to explain what's really going on here. It's pushing us in the right direction, but we can't see where it leads. And we're running out of levels.
Incredible thoughts, incredible
Remember
mind.
that broken talisman, the one
So
with the RIT written on it?
overwhelmed.
Where's the other end of
How did my brain conceive them?
There isn't one. We're just gonna have to guess. I do think I read somewhere that the other half was actually intended to appear in the game, and it was actually.
I actually can't believe that didn't one shot.
I'm not sure. Either way, for a medieval game about myths,
Or can,
and
I don't know.
cults, one word does come to mind immediately: ritual. Ritual is a barren, red wasteland. Some buildings sink into the dirt, skeletal trees sparsely populate the cracked ground, and a massive serpent enemy stands at the base of a mountain. It seems like this is the final boss fight. The boss is titled the Torn Basilisk, which is interesting considering the name of our legendary hero, the Torn Knight. Surrounding it are various triggers, most appearing to activate a different phase of the boss fight, but one activating the boss theme, Basilisk Fight. It kinda goes hard. But the note for this trigger says, "George, this track will not fit the theme." Did you not even read my script? David B. Moving away from the boss fight itself, clipping through the ground are a series of 3D computer models laid out in a line. Each one has a note read from left to right. Watching videos of that project.
Of course you have that. Oh, we got the Omni Boost.
I miss it, but at the same time, it was kind of traumatic. I was so rushed, and in hindsight,
Got the freeze. It's clutch.
And now it's a part of something I don't even like. But I'm proud of the work I did on it. I guess that's what normal development feels
That was
like.
clutch freeze.
Putting yourself into work that will end up bad before it reaches anyone. And then looking
Blocking, well, we lose.
Also hating it. It's just sad. But I guess I have it to look back on. I don't know where I'm going anymore. What am I doing?
You have curse and speed boost. Oh my gosh. And you're a slacking. We need a crit.
Any other way, though. Sometimes I want to break out, but sometimes I just
Give me a crit, please.
I feel like I should have died a long
I'd appreciate it.
I'm living on borrowed.
Oh my, and you had Thrash? Dude, that thing was broken.
Ignore me, please.
That was the most broken slacking I've ever seen in my life.
Many developers who've
Oh my gosh.
2000, as we've seen their unhappiness with the
The
development
world,
process.
man.
The writing doesn't seem to fit in the late 90s, early 2000s era, though, so it's possible this is the reflected musings of Kira themselves. Either way, this is actually very thematically important, so we'll be coming back to it later. Going back to the boss fight, if we set its health to 0, it loads us into a cutscene, where the narrator gives us more exposition.
Just end it.
Desperate strike. The hero tore open the skin of the snake.
Alright, I'm only gonna do a few more attempts because our luck just doesn't seem to be lucking today, unfortunately.
Basilisk creating humankind turned out to be nothing but a mishappen myth. The basilisk was indeed a man, a knight, a cure for a starving world. When the true cure lay guarded behind a tyrant's walls. The man killed ultimately and indiscriminately until no one was left starving but himself for blood. He became a vile thing and created a vile world. And as the hero's sword broke open the skin of this world, light from another side shined through, and the
Dear
world
Lord, just let me go.
shook, shedding its dead skin and embracing the light.
So, it turns out, the Torn Knight was the Basilisk, and the creation myth we read was sort of a lie, a twisted version of the truth. This version of events also seems to suggest my theory about Basilisk for the SNES holds a bit more weight. I also think it's notable that the phrase, shedding its dead skin, is used here, but that will mean more later. So, we've reached the end of the game, it seems. The Basilisk defeated. What more is there to find? Well, we may have the answers to the plot within the game, but we still aren't much closer to understanding the world outside it. What happened to David B., the development team, this real-life Basilisk? Well, there is one more thing to find here in Ritual. At the edge of the map, a skinned NPC hangs from a tree. It's titled WMD, with the description, "It's all my fault. It's all because of the color equals yellow NVB. Weird." Combining the letters from the description and the title, removing the color information, the color yellow suggesting this will be a level title, and running the text through a ROT8 cipher, we get the word event, a new map. And by my estimation, this is sort of the finale, the climax
You're on it,
of the
of course.
subtle fear and dread that has been building.
Wow, Wish is like the worst thing that you can. That and Protect, obviously.
Event is another.
Oh my gosh, glass can.
But it's even stranger than anything else we've seen. Not only is it unusually realistic, almost appearing as if it's a 3D scan of a real environment, it's got this very strange effect going on. It's like lagging pixels, or the aftermath of washing, the leftover haze of the last frame.
I don't like running glass cannons at all. Who does?
Impression of the environment. And though this style is completely new, it is familiar. It's an office space. I'd like to say that if you have any intention of playing the game at this point, I suggest you pause this video, grab the game, explore it a bit, and then play this level for yourself before coming back. It's truly worth it. Alright, let's go. We start at the end of a hallway. No sound but the ambience of the fluorescent lights above us. Though it does resemble the office in Office, it is a bit of a different layout. Whether these are supposed to be different places, or if Office is just an imperfect...
Wow, okay. I didn't even have to play out that battle to know I would have lost.
We'll need to do a bit of a back and forth, walking the entirety of the office and back, finding new things each time. I've broken these up into different runs. The first run. Following the hallway out into a main hall, the office opens up into two
Nope.
directions. One leads us
Don't run
into a
slow
dark
mons.
room with the door open to crack. The sunlight shines through, and the sounds of the outside bleed through.
No, it's not even that I don't run slow mons. I don't use slow mons. It's just ever, whether I'm running it or not.
When we first boot the game. There's also a door to our right, but it's closed. I'll call this room the exit room. Following the hall into the other direction, we're led down more hallways. As we walk behind a closed door, we can hear something shut.
I cannot believe I won that.
Perhaps we're not alone. In the next room, the floor is covered in CDs, which I'll call the CD room. Through the wall, we can hear some kind of whispering. Moving out into the next hall, we find it incredibly dark, and the whispering is even louder. Following this hallway to the door at the end, we find our final room. Light pouring through the windows, and ominously, 8 evidence markers placed on the ground. Something happened here, and it seems to suggest this is the same office we saw in Arena. Some of these mark a kind of black plastic bag, others bloodstains and some kind of fabric or blue liquid. There's also some pieces of paper scattered on the ground. It's impossible to make out what they say here, but finding the actual texture within the game's files lets us see clearer. I'm ruining it. I'm ruining the game. Everything is boring now. So lame. The only thing we had was the basilisk. There's a drawing of a serpent at the top. This room is where I end run 1. The second run starts when we head back to the exit room. Okay, we are definitely not alone. We hear more unsettling whispering and shuffling behind the doors. Back in the exit room, we now find the door to the right is open. Inside is a dark cave, made either out of moist rock or meat. A crackling sound plays, along with a looping, monstrous grumbling, and what almost sounds like breathing. It's like this place is alive. That's run 2. From here, we head back to the evidence room. Fuck that. Making our way back to the CD room. What the fuck was that? It's gone in a second, but looking back, it appears to be some kind of skinless torso. That is the last of the new things I could find within Event, at least that appear from wandering back and forth. But there are a couple pieces of hidden text here. The first piece of hidden text appears if you approach the wall to the right, just upon entering the evidence room. Encrypted text appears for just a moment before going.
Oh, bro, the drizzle's pretty interesting.
The next piece of text can be found scrawled on the wall inside the CD room, just as you come out of the evidence room. We can actually see it being written.
So far, that's the one I've
One
seen that I like the
side,
most.
1 arm, 1 leg, 3 rib cage. Huh, interesting recipe. Okay, as for the encrypted,
I'd rather risk it with dugong than Hamachian.
indicating this will be a level name, and we get an
Please
anagram
don't, Peter.
or within it. This is the final level of the game. Within it is another full-screen data mosh type level. This time, we're on a platform in a void, with posts holding chains around us. An unseen light rotates...
Crocodile, 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 crocodile.
Reminiscent of Erase. Jumping into the void, you fall very slowly. Blink and you'll miss it, but after falling for a while, text does appear for a split second, and it might be some of the most important text in the whole game. First, there was a carapace to protect the frail workers from outward influence, but certain chambers became unused, abandoned, and neglected. In one such, a deprived soul slipped in, or was born in, or grew within. They sought to peel back...
Tell me how it makes sense that I encounter a super rare Pokemon a bunch of times early on, and then when I actually want to like look for it, nope.
Fresh violence and terror. The residents sought material, gradually accumulating from transience. The skin of one, the bones of another.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 10 more encounters, and then I'm just gonna go for the dugong. I don't even care anymore.
Cuts off. There's a lot there. Right from the start, it seems to be talking about the dull work of the developers, which we've seen brought up time and time again. Perhaps this deprived soul is David B, growing more and more restless until his outburst of violence. But what's really strange is the recurrence of this recipe. The skin, the bones, it's like they're making something. And we will get back to that. But for now, there are a few more pieces of the puzzle to find. They're just outside the game. Now that we've exhaustively explored the contents of the game, let's...
It's received. You don't want me to have slow bro.
Firstly, and rather innocuously, there's a piece of promo art for the game. More than just a game. 16 times the detail of the SNES Classic. Introduces new advanced AI. Umbra AI creates all new systems so NPCs can know when they're about to die. Despite this Umbra AI system sticking out a bit, there's not really much else to connect it within the game, so it seems to just be a bit of a dark joke.
Press it.
The README file that comes with the game also gives us some pretty helpful context. It starts with some notes from David B. from around the time of the game's development. The basic engine is looking good. We should have a prototype ready by August, but I'm still not sure we can pull off the Christmas 2000 release. Again, the scope is out of hand, the mechanics are kinda there, but everything is too random. I added a feature for a notepad sort of thing in each cell, so hopefully that will help us.
I would miss, wouldn't I?
AIM seemed like a good idea, but now you're all just wasting time chatting on it. If this game doesn't ship, I'm toast, so please, for me, pull it together. Thanks, and I'm sorry, I still love this project.
Good Jeremiah.
There's an addendum added by Kyle Tubman from 2020, seemingly around the time the game was discovered and being ported over to new release. I guess the dev team didn't meet their goal, or the publisher wasn't impressed, but there's a lot here to look at. Like the previous Basilisk game on the Super Nintendo, this game wasn't finished and has strange features that are half removed. I don't know if it's supposed to be a direct sequel or a spiritual successor, but since the first game wasn't released, I've dug up as much as I can on the project, but nothing about it is archived, and I got really lucky finding this disc on eBay. There wasn't any overlap in the development team from the previous game, but I think some of the code was used. I tried to get in touch with...
I mean, I'll try to run it. It's a Jeremiah, so...
It doesn't seem to exist anymore, and the only number I found just gave me a busy line every time I called. We can also find a video file in here, simply titled vid. It's a low-quality screen recording of a Windows XP computer. Though the name here says Victor Laurie, Kira has confirmed that this is supposed to be David B's screen. We can see an instant message conversation going on, but the fact that we see a program called spychat.exe running, it seems like David B is spying in on this conversation, not participating. It goes like this. Hey, I think something is wrong with David. The texture guy, David Suze, he's great in my opinion. No, I mean David B. You know, he was the one who found that body downstairs. That was like 10 years ago or something. It must still be bothering him. He's still obsessed with the incident. Yeah, I can tell too. Maybe it's just his way of coping though? I'm not just scared for him, he could be dangerous. Like, fire us? I think he keeps a gun under his desk, and it's difficult, I don't know. Let's just get this project done and then we can ask HR. Yeah, I guess. I might just be a little paranoid too. I get it though. This chat is secure, right? I think/hope so. Enough fooling, let's make a game. Alright, I got you. This really does reinforce a lot of what we've been thinking about David B. His possession of a gun in real life does seem to make this reality of his actions seen in the dark office seem a bit more likely, along with his paranoid behavior causing him to spy on his fellow developers and their worry about his mental instability. We also get a pretty intense revelation that 10 years before the development of Basilisk 2000, David B found a body inside the same office they're working in, and he's been sort of obsessed ever since. Is it possible David did more than just find this body, considering all this talk of building something with body parts? Maybe this body is the same one we see crawling toward us in Event. Again, I do want to get back to these questions, but there is one final thing to find. Inside the game's files, there's a locked zip file with no title. Using the password skinned found in Arena by the blocked office door, we can unlock an SMC ROM file.
This is gonna be my last attempt on the stream.
Basilisk. It's titled Basilisk Early Build Remove. Throwing this file into the ROMs folder and booting it up with SNESy, we find ourselves in the now familiar darkness of the woods. Though the floor is textured, walking again into the woods, we find a new floating error awaiting us. Hey, you made it. All the way back here. That's when it started after all. The skinning, the sacred alchemy to create a true basilisk. They started with a man, although some called him a monster. They sought to make his outside as warped as his inside. They started with the skin, it had to go first. Little by little they removed almost everything, until they finally made it, a true basilisk, a true monster, and they kept it, fed it, poked it, and tortured it. Then they locked it up, and worst of all, they forgot it. But it lived, somehow, it seems. At least in
Wow, they were all weak to psychic. That's hilarious.
Or was it David all along? Or did he simply help with the experiment? Or did he just work in the same office building? Or was it all just a nightmare? He couldn't remember. He didn't want to either. But it lives. And it will live. And it will grow. And it will starve. And it will feast. Then, the game closes. These last few levels not only kicked up the horror of the project, but have really begun to shed
What's going on, Ariel?
questions that have been
Welcome in.
throughout our time playing. But things are still a bit jumpy.
Made it just in time. We're about to go to the gym.
So, Basilisk 2000 was a fair bit
It's gonna be my last
counterpart, which
attempt of the stream though.
cover here. I'll try my best. I think to understand what's going on outside the game, for instance, the development of both games or the Basilisk, we need to understand the story inside.
But other things
What
happening,
the
no
plot of the
problem.
Basilisk game
I'm just glad you can make it here. Hopefully we can get past Brock.
There seem to be a lot of intentional
But
parallels
it's gonna be a stretch. My luck's not been great
in the
today.
story of the game. So I think my first explanation
Below
of
average.
the story in Basilisk
What?
SNES is pretty spot on. An evil knight destroys the kingdom, and in his bloodlust brings his sword upon himself. In the future, he's known as the Torn Knight because of his duality as a man and a monster, but also because in the end he sliced himself in half.
Alright, here he
This was
goes,
the start of
nothing.
a new world, and his destruction became a twisted creation myth, painting him as a savior. In truth, though, the knight didn't really die, not forever. It just started his transformation. Though things were good for a while, the Torn Knight's influence slowly grew, as did the serpent's.
It's better.
The healing water
Well, I guess we're
arrived,
about to find out right now,
and
aren't we?
more people became afflicted with the curse, turning them into
Okay,
serpent
Whismer.
monsters. There's even a
Let's go for
small
growth
cult
here.
trying to help this along.
Red punch
This blight
hurts.
becomes so dire that the king of
Oh, we're gonna use our
Mycenae
hyper potion
kills
here.
his advisors and guards after he is infected with the curse. In the end, the knight returns as the massive Torn Basilisk. At the end of Basilisk 2000, our hero.
Oh my gosh. I have one growth and it still didn't even do half? That's baloney, dude. Well, what a shock. Rayquaza kills us. We got to Brock 3 times in the stream and we didn't get past 1, so that's a good summary of my luck. Well, I'm gonna end it there. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll do stream Super Mario again soon. So see you guys then.